Regala. I don't know how you say it.
Yes.
And then
Regala.
Johnny is Regala, the druid.
mhm.
Chris is Caelum, the monk. And then wait, Johnny, you're water Genasi?
Yep.
And he is an air Genasi, Chris. And then you're a, how do you say it? Aasimar, right? Pally?
Yeah, Aasimar. Uh-huh.
And Chance is a sorcerer half elf. But how old are you, Chance?
14.
14.
Nice.
So
We're gonna have to
fucked
get
up
one of
party,
those
I
rules
swear.
that you have to be this tall to play.
And Willhelm is a. Oh, I looked it up. Aarakocra. Aarakocra. I actually looked it up on Wikipedia how you say it. So it's Aarakocra.
How'd you say you said it's Aasimar?
I have no idea how you say that.
Yeah, Aasimar.
I just always call it like Aasimar. Yeah.
It's Aasimar,
You can pronounce your name or your class.
yeah. I know.
Good start.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty.
Oh wow, that's great.
As long as you can pronounce your level.
Okay, so let's get started.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
I'm helping my son out. Sorry.
Oh, alright. Let's see. So this is all pretty new, remember, for everybody here, so we'll get it, but... Okay, so, as it says on the bottom, Red Larch is a town on the long road. A few days travel north of Waterdeep, and a few days travel south of the Tribor. It's a way stop for caravans coming to or from the cities of the north, with an inn named the Swinging Sword, a tavern called the Helm at High Sun, and many craftspeople who cater to travelers. And I can show you a quick. So these are going to come in pretty big, depending on how your computer is set up. There's a map of Red Larch. You ever see that?
Yeah, dice.
So if you want, you can control and then left click on any part of the map and then drag with the left while you're holding control down to change the size of the window for any picture, any map. And then when you get it to the size you want, you right click it.
Alright, so. Oh, there we go. I can drag it.
Right, but then once you get it to the size you want, you right click it, click resize on the right, and then go like adjust horizontal or vertical, and it'll kind of make it smaller into the kind of like around the window size you made. To make it smaller, you can put it off to the side then. I don't know if everybody else could do that or not.
I can't.
Oh,
I can put it off to the side.
It's not super intuitive, but yeah, it works.
And then you could always right click anything pretty much, and then click minimize on the top right at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever, and it makes it into a small little circle that you can drag anywhere on your screen. And then you can always click that to open it back up, and then just minimize it, and it goes back to where you had it after you placed it, which is probably the best way to do things for a lot of stuff. You can do that with your character sheet, I think. Yeah, you can do it with a whole bunch of stuff, so that's a really good way to keep everything off of the main area. Okay, so you guys are all kind of going to start in this town. And I kind of wrote a whole bunch of stuff. That is kind of, we're going to see how this goes. So, alright, so Red Larch, well, this is kind of what I already said, but, so, okay, so what I already said about Red Larch on the bottom. And then, so early morning, okay, here's a couple actually things, sorry, before we start. On the top right, you should see a party sheet, one of the little buttons on the top right. It looks like a three heads and then an eye, or an eye and 3 heads. Okay. So if you click that, that's your party sheet. So can everybody, if you click that, can you see your party in there?
Yeah, it's got place for money and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So if you go to inventory, I don't know exactly what you see compared to what I have, but if you go to inventory, you can see like the party coin, and so you have 50 gold as a party, and it breaks down who has what. You also have a party inventory down there that I can scroll down. I can see everything that you guys have in all your inventories, and I can see who has them. So I can see that Glass has a small knife, and a map of Westbridge and Willhelm is a mall. I could see it's alphabetical, so if I need to see who has something, I can see it. And I think you guys might be able to see that. I'm not sure.
Well, like for example, under the coins, mine's all blank on the party sheet.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
Scalz is
see.
seeing our total coins together in our party,
Okay.
but this
Yeah.
isn't group.
We don't.
Yeah,
I
it
don't see
doesn't
anything
show
under inventory.
anything.
For you
They're
guys, okay.
all
I see under
unpopulated.
order. I see all of our people.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
kind of like your marching order
Yeah.
that
I
you
was
could
seeing
drag
okay.
over, so you could kind of decide how you guys are like when you're marching through a dungeon or the wilderness.
14-year-old first.
What order you want to go on?
Hey, I'm 3.
Can you drag your guys onto the map or not?
Yeah, you guys should hold hands. Always hold hands. And
So something
whenever
like maybe that, and then who's in the back?
Let's do an L formation for love.
this.
So him in back, and then like you guys in the middle, something like that.
Yeah,
We
sure.
should put the sorcerer.
Well, I'm in the middle to like protect them, like you
Yeah, I
guys.
don't
Yeah,
know
we'll
if you
put
want to
more
stay in the
in the
middle.
Like an X.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, there we go. Well, you want to be closer to him, I see. Okay.
If we ever meet, that sounds like a great formation.
Is there an XP tab on your party sheet?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
All right. Oh, that's all for me then. Okay, cool. So there's an XP tab where I could drag the encounter in, and then automatically gives you guys your XP and all the other stuff that you get. So we don't have to do any math or anything. So nice. Okay.
Lost
Alright.
my map.
I guess that's it. Okay, so we also have a calendar that I'm using, and we can put events in. That's not a big deal. It's up there at the top if you ever want to look at it. I think you guys can see it because I'll give you the ability to see it. Like when things happen, we can type it in. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so I picked the first day of spring to start, which is actually Chess. CHES is the month, and the 19th. There's a whole calendar going now. All right, so early morning on the 19th of Chess, 1491. A young Aarakocra, I already said it wrong. I'm trying not to say cock, but it's hard.
It's just such a
Aarakocra.
good word, you know.
It is a good word. Okay, so a young Aarakocra, looking quite a bit out of place, is walking into town from the north because he looks like a freaking owl. Walking into town from the north on the long road. So if you look at your map, you guys all over the map. Look at these guys. So you're basically coming in on this upper area here.
Alright.
You guys aren't anywhere yet, but we can't throw everybody on here just so you are on here. Chance really isn't going to be on the map very much. So you're kind of coming in from the north here. And as you pass by Meliko Stoneworks, which is, if you see this quarry, to the right here, to the left, there's a little house right here. This brown one, that's right off the growth. That's the Stoneworks. So as you pass by Meliko Stoneworks, you see a few workers getting ready for a long day in the quarry. It's actually kind of afternoon right now. It's actually getting late. They're going in for a night. They work at night a lot. So you notice that a few of them see you. They quickly talk amongst themselves, and they rush over. One of them rushes over to approach you. And he says, "Excuse me, you seem like the adventurous sort. I mean, we don't see your kind around here often. We are thinking, the other fellows and I," and he motions over to the other workers. "You see, there's been some craziness at the mines lately, sir. Many of the boys, myself included, have felt eyes upon us inside the quarry at night. Lander even said he saw a dark-robed figure wearing a mask peering at him once, although Lander's been known to have a drink or two during the late shift. But I wouldn't doubt it myself, though. Things have been strange lately." And as he's talking to you, a door to the house at the foot of the quarry opens up, and a woman steps outside, kind of glances towards you, and the quarryman kind of giving him a little look. He quickly turns around and starts walking back toward his fellow workers, but he kind of goes over his shoulder. He says, I'm hoping maybe you and your friends, if you have some in town, could look into this for us, we'd appreciate it, sir. I'm sure Aldabari would answer questions about it later. That's the woman who actually stepped outside. Would answer questions about it later sometime if you need information. Says, good day now. And he hurries along with his companions down to the quarry. And the woman kind of takes a look at you, kind of glances, disappears back into the house. And you've come in here about, it's almost dinner time, we're saying. So most likely you're probably kind of hungry. You haven't eaten yet. So you start kind of heading toward the center of town, and you come upon this large building here, which is has a sign out front that says the Swinging Sword, and you can smell some good food within. Your stomach's kind of hungry, so
Hoot, hoot, what's that?
I don't know what kind of food you eat. We're assuming you eat food like everyone else.
Preferably worms.
All right, I'm sure they got a lot of those.
I'd hope so.
Don't you just barf it up and eat it again?
Yes, he never goes hungry. Just barfs it. So you're heading toward the inn, even though you did get a little information there by somebody that you should remember. Kind of what they said to you. So meanwhile, at Valvero Sundries, which is way down south here, Endrith Valivo, a human retired caravan merchant who owns the shop, is looking over at a young and beautiful but quite out of place woman looking around in his store. He scuttles up to her and shyly asks, "Excuse me, ma'am, is there anything I can help you with?"
Do you have any scented candles or incense?
He goes, "Yes, we do have incense, actually.
What scents do you have?
We have
Something fruity would be nice.
well, we have that licorice one that everybody likes so much. I hate that one. We have a peach and a strawberry flavor,
I'll take
I believe.
the peach.
My wife loves the strawberry one the best.
I'll take the peach.
Really? Well, that's an easy sale, he says to himself. This woman obviously has no idea how to bargain. That'll be 5,000 gold. Where is the items on this thing? Where was incense at in here? Actually, where am I? Oh, it's under the library. That's where I can find it. Equipment, adventuring gear. Isn't that something in here, incense?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
It is. That'll be 1 gold piece, ma'am, he says, for 1 block of incense. I don't know how that works.
Thank you.
Make sure you take your gold away. Okay, so as he's kind of standing near you, he feels a sort of reverence about you, like getting some kind of holy vibe or some special spiritual thing, So he says to you, "I don't know if it's relevant, but I overheard someone say that they saw a skull pinned to a tree with a black arrow, like some kind of dire warning or ill omen. I guess it was half a day's walk along the Larch path and about 4 miles east into the hills. I don't like to assume, but you seem like the kind of person who would want to know something about omens or things of this nature." He says, "It might be kind of dangerous out there alone, though. If you're looking for other people to help you out, I'd head over to the Swinging Sword in the middle of the town here. All kind of people gather there. Is there anything else I can help you with, or are you done for now?"
I appreciate the incense and the tip, and that will be all. Thank you.
All right.
Half day's march. Where?
4 miles east into the hills.
Look at Tracy paying attention.
But what path was it down?
The Larch Path.
The Larch Path, okay.
Larch. Well, the Red Larch, and there's a little path. Actually, if you look at the map to the northeast,
I see it. Yeah.
There's the Larch Path right there.
But that's going north.
Northeast.
I'm assuming it eventually goes east.
Yeah, he says it's east into the hills, so we can only assume that it will probably go east.
So then I'm gonna go. Was this the inn?
The inn is over here. Yeah, we're gonna just kind of. Everybody's gonna eventually get there.
Is there a way to label maps?
We could. I don't know if you can label. To be honest with you, Actually, what I can do,
You can make
let
like a
me,
drawing.
yeah,
Yes.
let me bring up the other one because I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Because
No, it's
it
probably
has
not
some
big deal, I just
numbers.
figured.
No, it's okay. It's better actually. I think if you guys can see like the numbers and stuff, and then you can ask me what they are, or I can tell you the number. Then. So I'm gonna close that one out, and I'll show you guys this one here. And this one is the same map but with numbers. So yeah, that's better. And then so Tracy, you kind of made your way up here, and so Brendan, you're in this area as well. So number 2 here on the map is the inn. It's the large building.
And where'd they see the miners see stuff?
At 18 on the top, that quarry right there is the quarry. Right behind 18 on the very north part of the road. And then Tracy was at 22 down there, which is the sundry shop. Let me bring up my locations here so I can have that up. Okay. So a few houses south of the quarry, which is the bakery number 8, which is right under to the northern area there. Our boy, an air Genasi, has finished up his usual batch of lemon scones. The greatest thing I ever read was Chris's thing to me. I laughed my ass off for like 10 straight minutes at the end of his explanation of his character. It was so awesome. Lemon scones was the reason why. So he's finishing up his usual batch of lemon scones, which have become the talk of the town lately. Mango Barrel Lauren, the human proprietor of the bakery, is talking about the town gossip, his second favorite pastime next to bacon. He says, "So Caelum, have you heard about that so-called haunted tomb southeast of town? I guess little Pell, Minnie's granddaughter, encountered a ghost near the tomb, if you believe the story." He slides a new loaf into the oven. "I went to look for myself and saw a goblin near the spot there, so I figured a gang of them had moved in to rigged a haunt." He brings up his fingers. "A haunt to scare off intruders." He says, "There could be treasure in their tomb, though, and it shouldn't be left to a band of goblins, I say." He goes, "Look at the time, though. Seems your shift's over already." He looks down at the finished lemon scones. "Hope that's enough, though. Those scone things around here everyone is crazy about. You should see the people flocking here for them. It should be fine, though. You should probably head over to the inn for a drink or two. I heard there's a new bard in town. His name's Scalz or something. He's been in the talk of the town. Next to your scones, of course," he says. So
I always make a baker's dozen, so I grab one for myself and
nice.
head off towards the
All right.
tavern.
All right. So let's see. Where's the butcher shop? Butcher. Number 11. A young air Genasi is hanging out in this area here. So while looking around at butcher shop, a young water Genasi overhears the town constable, Harbrook Tuthmariller. No idea. The town constable, Harbrook. All right, Harbrook. Discussing matters of law enforcement with his assistant constables, who also work here for the butcher, Jalessa Ornra. So the law actually kind of works at the butcher shop and in the law in the town, which is kind of interesting. So these tales of banditry on the Cairn Road south of town have grown over the last few weeks, it seems. As he continues to brine and salt up some meat. "I guess these bandits would have a camp of some sort down south a ways, but we've not the time to wander the countryside on a wild goose chase." Jalessa notices the young Genasi in the shop. You're like 21, right?
Right.
Okay, so youngish. Notices the young Genasi in the shop and says, "Oh, Harbrook, I wish you wouldn't talk about such things with customers in the shop. This young woman here might think our town to be dangerous." She comes over to you and goes, "You're safe here, my dear. Don't you worry." She goes, "Dinner time's approaching, though, it seems. And the Swinging Sword, the local inn, has a great spread for lunch, if you're hungry, I mean. There's also a bard who's been there the last few nights you might like." She whispers to you so Harbrook can't overhear. "He's rather dreamy, if I do say so myself." So then, is there something you need there, or are you just browsing?
The swinging sword, huh? What a euphemism. Interesting.
Yes, this town's full of little quirks like that. I think you'll like it here.
I'm gonna assume you don't have a red dragon eye, right? No.
No, but we have a blue one.
I'm out.
It's on display in the Temple of Palor.
Oh,
I'm
well,
looking
we
for
went
some
about
bait.
a half hour before Paler was mentioned.
I'm just looking for some bait for some. Wanna capture some wolves.
Some bait for wolves. Oh, okay. I'd say I got a gold worth of your meat. That should do you good.
All right.
We'll say it's a couple pieces that you can use. Make more than one. We'll say it's like 4 pieces, five chunks or something.
And yeah, you wrap that up, and then yeah, maybe I'll see my way over to the the tiny dagger you said?
She said, "Oh, you're a funny one, aren't you? It's the swinging sword. I know you heard me the first time."
Yes. Just having a little jest.
Yes, she says. All right. All right. So, basically, all of you are kind of getting to the inn around the same time. All right. So let me figure out how we do this. So, I created a map. Yeah. Let's see where do I get my fucking maps? There we go. All right. So you guys see your boys on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so the seas are commoners. There's no picture in the monster manual for commoners, so that's what we have to use. Of course, you do notice a handsome and unbelievably handsome bard in the bottom right corner.
Dashing is the word.
Dashing. There you go. Thank you. So you guys come in as night is fallen. As you enter, you see it's very crowded. There's an enormous amount of seas in the place. People dancing to the bard's tunes, others eating hot meals, all seem to be drinking, having a good time. You can't help but notice, though, that many tables around the room are filled. Most of them seem to have their own cliques sitting together. An especially rowdy-looking table of commoners keeps eyeing you as you stand near the entrance. Undoubtedly not used to seeing such a variety of races in the same place. As you scan the room, you see that one table, though, seems empty, except for a young boy sitting alone, sipping at a bowl of soup. Up in the top there. The boy seems rather homely and out of place, and you can't help but wonder if he has a family here, or is he alone in town? So what do you guys want to do? You all kind of come in here already. You don't really know each other yet, but
Okay.
I think I'd probably walk over to the boy and ask, "May I sit here with you?"
Oh,
can't hear you, Chance.
oh, wow. Please, have a seat. Have a seat, please.
Oh no, you can do that voice the whole time. I hope
Thank you.
so. I hope so.
So,
The water
what is your
Genasi is like,
name?
nope. You go to the bar.
Call me Glass. That's what. Yeah, that's it. What is your name? You guys. Wow, you guys aren't from around here, are you? Oh my god, I can't believe you're real. You guys are not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not. I just traveled here from Waterdeep, actually, and you can call me Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. Hold out my hand, and hold it. That's a grip. You are so pretty. I'm sorry. That was weird. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. What? Wow. You. Wow. You're like and I don't know how to say it. The bird people. What? An act. I'm sorry.
Aarakocra, my good friend.
Oh,
You seem to be a bit young, but don't worry. I'm quite young myself. I'm 3, surprisingly enough.
Oh my god, you're like so cute. And wow, is your guy huge? Like I have no idea.
He's 6'2". He's pretty good size. fairly
Wow,
muscle for a monk.
yeah, mine's like 5 foot.
He's
Like,
a point guard.
yeah,
So hi,
of course.
I introduced myself. I said, hi, my name is Caelum. It's good to meet you, young
Hi.
man. I've been in town for a while. I work over at the bakery. You may have heard of me. Here,
Uh,
I brought you this lemon scone. It's one of my specialties here.
oh, I take the skull and I'm like, oh my god, I've been smelling these things for like weeks. Oh, I've been so curious about. Mm, wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, Glass, how old are you?
I'm 14.
I didn't hear what he said.
I'm 14. I'm 14 years old.
14, I heard you.
Oh yeah, you're not. It's weird talking this way.
I can imagine.
And you. So Tracy and Caelum, and what was your name, sir?
Forgive me. I may not have introduced myself. I'm Willhelm. Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Wow. You what oh, man. What brings you all in town?
Well, to be honest, I'm just looking around for a home myself. I left my home recently because my parents are a bunch of mean people that don't like the common folk.
It's hard when disagreements happen. I mean, when my mom. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, is there? Can I can I tell you guys something? Um,
Sure.
I've been. I'm from around here, not particularly a Red Larch, but around here. There's a lot of weird things going on in this place, and I'm kind of worried about this about my community. Um, I think something very dangerous is going on down here. And I keep thinking about leaving, but I feel pulled to stay here. And and I mean I almost like left for Waterdeep, and it just there's just something here that's really not nice.
What kind of odd things are happening, little one?
And I hold out my hand. I do prestidigitation. Um, so it like glows with like like a little glowing butterfly like flutters around. And then I just kind of just let it rest on my hand and then disappear. I've been touched by magic, and I can't say it's been a blessing or anything like that, but it leads it's been leading to me having these dreams about this place around here that there's some evil that's growing. I keep having dreams about this wizard using earth to hurt people. And then I hear people muttering about like people with cloaks around here. You can ask the bartender. She's been nice enough to like let me eat here after my situation a couple days ago, and she uh she let me kind of created some work in the stables so that I could get some meals. She's been interested in maybe talking to somebody.
Where are your
Yeah,
parents?
they're gone. I never knew my dad, and my mom's gone.
Yeah, quiet chance.
They're gone. I never knew my dad, and my mom. She's gone.
Uh,
So who are you living with, young boy?
Oh, I I stay out in the woods and come in town and do a little odd jobs here and there. I was attacked a couple days ago by some bandits. They took some stuff from me, but I hold up my crossbow. I showed them that it's probably not a good idea to mess with me, and I took this from one of them.
Hmm.
I don't really know how to work it. I
Bandits, you
stowed away
say?
secretly.
I've
Huh?
heard of raiders attacking locals nearby this area. That's the reason why I headed here, actually. Have you heard of people being kidnapped by some cult related to fire?
I've heard music. I've heard whispers, but I can't really firm up anything. I mean, people don't really talk to me a whole lot, and I don't really. I'm nervous around people. I guess. I mean, I don't know if you can tell or not, but um, I would talk to the bartender. She could probably tell you a little bit more. But I I'm gonna stay around and see if there's something I could do. I don't know if I can do much, but I'm gonna at least try.
Will you stay here for a few minutes until we do talk to the bartender?
Uh, sure. I just started eating, and I gotta feed my little friend Rover. And I pull out a little mouse, and I put him down and give him like a piece of the stone.
Okay, so as you guys are talking and getting to know each other, I guess, you notice a group, the kind of the one group when you came in, the rowdy looking table, is kind of staring at you guys still, like throughout this whole your whole conversation while you guys are kind of hanging out here. They're kind of at this here table in the middle, and the largest of the lot makes his way over to your table as you guys are talking. He kind of walks up next to you and takes a look at you guys.
Oh no.
And he says, one of his friends actually comes with. He's kind of off to the side here. And he says, "Look at this sorry group we have here," he says. And his buddy snickers next to him. He goes, "Hey," the big guy says, "Hey, Darvin. Seems the elements around here have been acting up lately. And look what we got here, huh? A couple of them, they're Genasi, those element folk. You think it's their doing?" Darvin kind of steps up behind his, kind of getting tough because he's got his big buddy next to him. He says, "We can kick the crap out of him and see if it fixes things," Darvin says as he snickers around a little bit more. And the room starts to kind of quiet down a little bit. One of his friends in the corner at the table over here yells out, "Kick his ass, Seabass!" Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Sorry.
Pardon me, but you have no cause to threaten anyone at this table.
Good sir, clearly there must be some reasoning behind this. Perhaps you're upset about something unknown to us. We
He
can help
says,
you out.
"You're
but-
damn right I'm upset. Things have been getting crazy around here. Seems like the elements are all out of whack. Water, raining when it's not supposed to, fire in the forests. And as I said, we got these element people here. I think it's pretty good folk
What proof do you have?
that you guys may have the... They're like drunk. They don't need proof. Talking to them
Well, I
would
know, but I would still say
not be
that.
worthwhile.
I just say, good sir, clearly, I think you might not want to kill the scone maker. I've heard those scones are some of the finest in town, and perhaps even the drawing point of your village.
He sees he sees the
point,
lemon
I suggest you
scone.
Stand down, sir.
He sees a lemon scone on the table. Spits on it.
Oh,
That was
Oh,
mine.
that was not cool, sir. I'm going to. I want to
Hey,
use
quiet over there. I'm trying to
intimidation on
drink.
All right,
And
so
people-
everybody click your combat tracker thing up.
So I can't try to intimidate him first.
What's the combat tracker
I guess you
thing?
can, but there's 5 of them. If you want, you can try.
Yeah.
He's pretty drunk. He's pretty full of
for
himself, and so it might not be the
Drag it onto
easiest.
the thing here.
Yeah, drag your
Drag the die.
drag, or I think you can click it as well. Let's see. Let me open
Okay,
your sheet.
gotcha.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this works. So.
All right, so you're gonna do. So go to skills, and then
Yeah.
you can double click intimidate, or you can drag it over.
Yeah, it pulls up a little context menu that tells me what it is when I double click. So wait.
No, I just double clicked it and rolled it.
Okay, let me try again.
The actual full, not the dot, the +4. It's got a little die to the
Oh,
left
I
of
got
it.
you. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
10.
That's
All right.
That's a rover intimidation right there.
That is rover intimidation. So he says, "Oh, looks like we got a tough one here, Darden." He goes, He starts laughing. All right, so everybody open your combat tracker.
All right.
Which one is that?
It is the double sword on the top of the left.
Okay.
Are you even paying attention? I'm assuming you're not even paying attention to this, are you? Regala.
I am now. They're making a lot of noise and interrupting my drinking.
So you're a
That
little
poor
upset.
family and their pet.
Okay. What?
That poor family and their pet, the bird. Awesome. Love
I
it.
got you. That was good. Okay, so I got you guys all in the combat tracker. Do you see everybody? And do you see 5 commoners?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Did we decide what to do with my dog? Is he a combat fighter, or does he just sit there?
He's not a combat fighter. I'm not adding your dog
Well,
in.
then his name is Mud, and he just sits there and
My name is
doesn't
Mud.
do anything.
Oh, I would have totally petted Mud if I knew he was there.
My name is Mud. All right. So
He likes
everybody,
him, but he's pretty old.
on your main
He's older
sheet,
than I am.
you have an initiative in the middle, smack dab in the middle. Double click that.
On the main sheet, initiative. Okay, so tap the initiative.
Yeah, double click it or drag it over and drop it in the
Off
box.
to a great start today.
Where am I dropping it?
In the chat box, if you want to drop it, or you could just double click it.
Okay. The
Natural 1.
There you go. All right, and then I could roll initiative for NPCs. There we go. And they got a 13. So it auto sorts it. So Willhelm is first.
Oh yeah.
So basically, this is like a brawl, right? This is like a tavern brawl. This isn't like these are drug people. So just saying, like actually, like killing somebody would probably be bad.
What are you implying here, sir?
So this
I
is
gotcha.
this is kind of a tavern, good old fashioned tavern brawl. With if you guys want to use chairs and whatnot, you can do that. Kind of like the brawl we had in the that one house the one time when you guys were using pots and pans and shit.
I'm down for it. Okay, so I'm just like, Mud in the corner, get back, boy. And he just like hobbles over all oldly, and then I grab the plate that had the spit scone on it.
Ooh.
Oh, I
run next to this guy. And I smash his face with the plate. I'll try to. So that would be improvised weapon, right?
Right, I'm double checking
What are you
how.
doing for that?
I'm double checking how that works again, because to be honest, I forgot. Improvised weapons. See, improvised weapons. Any object you can wield in 1 or 2 hands, such as a broken glass, a table leg, a frying pan, blah blah blah, or a dead goblin. In many cases, it is similar to an actual weapon and can be treated as such. A table leg is akin to a club. At the DM's option, a character proficient with a weapon could use a similar object as if that weapon were part of her proficiency bonus. An object that bears no resemblance to a weapon deals 1d4 damage. If you use a ranged weapon to make a melee attack or throw a melee weapon that does not have thrown property, it also deals 1d4. So we're gonna say they're gonna be like 1d4, and you're gonna be punching with your fists most likely here. So, all right. So what are you doing?
So yeah, I'm just grabbing that plate and I'm smashing the guy's face. So I'll do
Which guy? The big guy here. Okay. So when you grab, you should be able to grab your die, and drop it on top of the token of the guy you're attacking, and it'll auto attack and tell you if it's a hit or miss.
Alright, 1 sec. I gotta see what my bonus is here.
If you drag it on the guy, you don't.
+3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the improvised weapon in my sheet, so I'm just trying to like roll for it, or should I just add it in my character sheet real quick?
No, don't add it.
Okay. So +2. It's gonna be +1 also on top of this +2.
So do we get our strength bonus to it?
If you punch, you will. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd be using your strength mostly.
It's not doing it when I do it on top of that guy, so I'll
Okay. So you roll the 1?
I roll a natural 1. Alright, let's do
Alright,
that.
well, hey, no. Yeah, you rolled a natural 1.
Oh boy.
Already.
Nice.
Let's do this.
Alright,
I'll be right
well,
back real fast.
we got, we're going to use the one, there's actually one in the game. I'm going to use that one, so it's a lot easier.
Okay.
And the way it works is I roll a d6, and on a 1 to a 4, it's just a miss, but if it's a 5 or a 6, then it auto rolls on its own fumble table. Alright? So I roll a 2. So you basically just miss. Nothing special happened there. Extra special.
I just swing with his plate and completely get whiff. I'm like, hold still. I'm not used to people moving.
I would still ate that.
I look at you and raise an eyebrow. I'll buy you a new one. Don't worry.
All right, so Glass, you're up.
Okay. Glass. All right, I'm gonna try to do this because I'm at a disadvantage with all this stuff. Glass does. I want to cast a minor illusion.
Okay.
So I'm trying to.
All right. So you can make an image of or sound of an object within range. It lasts for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a lion's roar.
A lion roar.
Yeah, like something loud and scary as hell.
Okay.
Right in the corner, right behind these guys. I don't know. I can't tell if it went across or not. I clicked the button.
So like behind.
But it's a can't.
Like behind the guys.
In the corner between. Yeah, the corner behind the one guy by the fireplace and the other guy and
sit at the table.
Right there.
Okay.
And then from there, when they jump or whatever, I'm gonna run over and where's the dog at? Mud. Is he
It's
like in
the corner behind you?
All right. I'm gonna run up to the corner and grab Mud.
Okay.
I scoop up Rover. I grab Mud, and then from there I'm gonna run. I guess I have to do that.
Okay.
And I want to get underneath the table.
You want to get underneath that table?
Yeah. That's
Okay. So you're gonna kind of go up. Just go up 30 under the by the table.
If I can go to this one, that's what I want to do.
Which one?
Like.
Okay, over there. All right. Well, you can go over there in that corner. That's fine. All right.
Well, I was gonna. I'll just take the. I'll take the table. Or I think I'm committed.
All right. So you move over there.
I grab Mud and Rover, and I'm kind of like after I did that like lion's roar to kind of distract them.
Okay. All right. So as you do that roar, all the other like this crazy sound happens, and all the other normal people start kind of running.
They have to do a successful intelligence check to see if they could tell if it's an illusion or not.
Okay. If a creature uses its action to examine the sound, the creature gets.
If they want to use it instead.
If they want to use an action to determine the sound.
What is Scalz doing over there? Is he just still jamming?
He's jamming. Yeah, he don't. He's used to lion roars and craziness. Nothing phases. This kind of stuff doesn't. This happens all the time.
Oh yeah, and I let out a scream too.
All right.
That my own.
I was howling out.
Oh Jesus. All right. So you can make your way up to the corner. That's one of your spells, though. Make sure you mark it off.
No, that's a minor.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're done. So now the commoners are up, and this one here, who is Darvin, the buddy. He's going to head up by the pretty lady, who I don't know if she's here right now or not. And he's gonna take a swing at her.
I'm here.
He grabs his chair, tries to swing it at you. I don't know if I'm able to actually do it either. I think I have to drop it on your actual character. And that is a miss at 14. You see on the bottom? Can you see that it's a 14 and a miss?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so he misses at his attack. We'll move on to Seabass here, who has a little problem with this monk. Of course, he definitely has a problem with the Genasi folk, as he was saying earlier. So he's going to take a swing at you as well. Where's Caelum? There we go. And he takes a big whiff and misses. So these other guys down here, this first guy is going to run up by the owl fella.
I'm just holding this plate like it's a shield in front of my face.
All right. Takes a swing. And that one actually makes contact.
It breaks my plate in my face?
We'll say he hits the plate and he hits you, but some of the damage will be minus because the plate, we'll say, kind of affected it.
Awesome. I had a shield.
So it did 3 damage to you, but we'll say that you only took like we'll say you took 2 damage, blocked one of them. So I'll change your wounds to 2. So on the combat tracker, you can see everybody's wounds. That automatically popped up to a 2 there. So you guys can kind of see what everybody's health is in comparison. Remember, up to 10. Like once Willhelm gets to 10, he's down. So he has 2 out of 10 right now. So remember, it's kind of up, not down. All right, so these guys are kind of just going to run off. This guy's going to move like here, I guess. And this guy's going to kind of move over here by this table and just kind of start surrounding you guys. These guys are, they've gotten in their share of brawls, so they have their own little pattern down, I guess. All right, Regala, you're over at the bar.
Right. And you can't do non-lethal damage with spells, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Then I will do Cashlele.
Okay.
Staff.
All right. That gives your quarterstaff. Well, yeah, I guess you guys could technically. I'm sorry, I'll interrupt you, but you guys could technically use your weapons because you can use your weapons to knock people out, right?
Right.
So technically, you could use your. I thought it'd be more fun if you like using table chairs and all that, but you guys could use your weapons if it's easier. Just say I'm going to knock them out, not kill them.
Right.
Because killing people in the bar, killing people here would be bad. I'm assuming the constable would be in here right away.
Mm-hmm.
They're used to town fights, but not people murdering each other. So.
Well, something that's like a blunt weapon, but not slashing or piercing or something like that.
Well, any weapon, I believe, right? Any weapon that's melee, you can say I'm going to knock someone out and do a non-lethal blow. You can't do it with a ranged weapon or a spell.
Okay. Oh, what tool did I not grab right that I can't move my player?
I accept your move. So just drag your arrow to your movement speed, and then I say cool. Because it actually takes the diagonals into account properly now, which we normally don't do. So I kind of want to do it that way.
It's 25 still. So.
Alright. So you can head over that way.
Yeah, now attack Commoner 4.
Okay, now if you want, you can drag the die on the combat tracker of Commoner 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll auto roll, or you should be able to drag on top of them, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it works for everybody. The actual piece. Alright, so you hit them. Nice. So now if you drag your hit dice on Commoner 4, it'll automatically take his hit points off. If the damage you do, it'll automatically take care of it. We don't have to do math, add, or subtract.
So I said Commoner 4, right?
Yep.
That didn't do the damage?
Nothing did anything.
Commoner 4 has an AC of 28.
No, it says it hit.
Yeah, I just gotta do damage. It's not the 1d6 that it says. It's the 1d8. Oh, let me try.
Well, just drag a d8 and throw it on the table then.
Yeah.
And then I could still add and subtract the hit points if we have to.
Okay.
All right, so that's 5 damage. That's actually enough. Commoner 4 dude drops to the ground, knocks out. All right, Regala with the number 1. I'm gonna put that in the calendar. First knockout.
I'm still holding my beer though.
That's not as impressive as crit failing on your first attack.
No, you're right. You win.
Thanks.
First knockout, Regala. It's in the calendar forever. All right, Caelum.
Was it Commoner 2 that spit on my scone?
Yeah, can you highlight over them? It was Commoner 2. Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, if you just hover over it, Chris, it shows you.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember which one it was. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Fist of Fury melee attack on Commoner 2. So I'm gonna drop it on him in the.
If you can drop it on the map, it'd be cool. I like to see who can and can't do that. Because I remember Tracy saying you could before when we were testing it. That is a definite hit. You can do the combat checker as well, though. You can do it either way.
All right, I'll try. Okay, so now do the damage, same thing. Just
yes, drag on top of the guy.
I'll try the icon this time, see if that works. Same thing.
All right, instant death. Oh
what?
Boy. Well, he's not dead, but you kicked his ass. You get 9 damage to him, which means you actually did over the amount of damage of his max hit points, which is instant death. They don't do death rolls, but you just knock him out.
Yeah, okay.
And that was Seabass too. You took Seabass out. Now that everybody, well, it's not their turn yet, so they can't do anything. But yeah.
So I get a bonus action though, right? From the start, if I use unarmed.
Yes, I believe you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you get an extra attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna. How do I move this guy? Just try to drag him.
Just drag and then make arrows, and then.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to there, I guess.
All right, stay on. Yeah, just go on the square to the top.
Gotcha.
Like we're going to try to stay on the squares.
Sure. Anyway, there you
All
go.
right, that's fine. Whoop.
And I'll do a melee attack on that guy. So just a fury.
Oh, crit! Oh, Jesus, this guy. Oh, this poor guy.
You were like,
Don't mess with the monk.
I'm
Don't
pretty
ever
sure
spit on
that's
this
what
man's
Caelum
lemon
did,
scones.
I drop down and do a split, punch him in the crotch.
That's a critical hit.
that is awesome.
All right, I'll roll it. Roll your crotch shot. Instant death.
Good lord.
Boom. What's awesome is once their hit points hit their maximum on the combat tracker, it automatically has a little mark next to it. I can click to delete them, so I know exactly who's getting hit. It's really cool the way this is set up. You just gotta take a while to get used to it. All right, Tracy.
Okay, so what am
Or
I
tits.
rolling to see if I can do the damage? I mean, to see if I hit him first.
The attack die. Your attack.
Oh.
Your +4 longsword, if you want to use that, and just say you're gonna knock him out.
Okay. Okay. I
Or you can
wasn't
grab a
sure if I-
table and try to use that, but you still get your
Ooh, grab the
+4.
table.
Grab
Okay.
your
Grab the whole
grab the
table,
chair, I
yeah.
mean, or something, and hit him with a chair. That'd be kind of cool.
I would love to see her.
Well, I just look at him calmly because he tried to hit me, and I'm like, that was a big mistake,
That was uncalled for, sir.
and completely unprovoked. And so that's my.
You
Attack.
try to drag it on the characters if you could. All right, so that hits, I think, because now we gotta put this thing.
So
Yes.
we're not supposed to have it hotkeyed at the bottom.
Well, you can drag it off the hotkey and drag it on top of
Okay.
something.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll do that for my attack. Sorry.
No problem. We'll learn.
All right.
We'll just learn.
And then this obviously is the non-critical damage as well.
All right, that is instant death as well. The commoner drop. These guys are getting knocked out like bosses. You guys are kicking their butt. All right, so round 2, so automatically tracks the rounds on the bottom, which is really cool. This combat track is cool. It tracks, like, say somebody has confusion on, or not confusion. That's a bad example because it has a timer. Whatever, something that has a timer on it for rounds. I could put that on somebody, and then as it ticks through the rounds, it automatically drops that down. And once the rounds go away, it'll delete itself off. Things like that, like bless and things of that nature. So that's pretty cool. All right, so Willhelm, you're up again, top of the order.
All right, I just throw these stupid plate shards onto the ground, and then whip out my long sword.
You
Or
gonna
my
beak him to
maul
death?
that
Do you have a beak attack?
I have talons, actually. I could use that.
Oh, use your talons.
All right, let's go with that. Actions. Oh, I gotta put those in though.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
I should just be able to drag it over, right? From
Yes.
my-
Just drag it on top of the commoner 3 in the combat, or you should be able to drag it on the actual icon on the map.
No, I mean my talon like trait. Can I drag that to my?
Oh, you have a talent
actions?
trait?
Oh,
No,
I guess I can't.
You have to make an action for it.
Okay.
Just do your maul for now, and we can work on that.
Yeah, I'll just do them all. All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works for you. So, oh, that's a 2. Look at this guy, a crit and a 2. Well, maybe eventually you're gonna get a crit, dude. About 18
If
rolls
I-
from now.
If I
At
keep
this
going
rate.
Up, yeah.
All right. So
That's
you
not
whiff
attack,
badly.
Paladin.
You gonna stay there, I guess, and just
Yeah,
Act tough.
I'm just hooting at this guy all crazily. My feathers are like fluffing all around and stuff.
Whoop, whoop. All right, nice. Glass, you're up. Hiding under the table
All right.
still.
I'm still going underneath the table, but I see like the very friendly owl guy, Willhelm.
Uh huh.
I have this dog who's, I don't know, whimpering or something in my arms, or probably licking my face.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand. And what's the commoner wearing?
Commoner clothes.
Spandex, the usual.
He's wearing like clothes, dude. Like not great clothes, like just common clothes.
All right, I'm gonna use can, and I am going to hockey shirt him. Basically, like grab the back of the shirt and pull it over his face.
Okay.
And
that's like. Is there anything to do that? Those like auto successes or?
I don't really. Let's see. I'm reading. Mage hand. Spectral floating hand appears within range. The hand lasts duration until you dismiss it. Hand vanishes. It's got to be within 30.
I'll be right back in a second.
So it just happened. Yeah, I can't really hear you, Chance. I'm reading it too.
I picked up 10 pounds. I can't use it to attack or anything like that.
Right. So you grab his shirt, you pull it over his like the back of his shirt, you pull it over his head from the front, so you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And flick him once. Not like it does anything, but
just a little love tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I get underneath the table.
So we'll say he's blinded because he can't see. So if I drag blinded over to him, it should say effects blinded under his name. Do you see that? Or no? On the combat tracker.
Yes, it does. It says Commoner 3 effects blinded.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. I'm still trying to. Yeah, I don't know what you guys can see and what you can't. So I'm going to be asking a lot of questions.
I don't know how to. I went to 6 to 10. Go underneath the table. So.
Okay, so I guess he's blinded for now. So we'll move down, and it's actually his turn. And since he's blinded, when I make my roll, I would actually have this guy run away, but now that he's blinded, I want to see how this works. So he's going to try to hit Willhelm, but I believe blinded gives you disadvantage on attacks. So if I roll his attack on you, it should roll 2 dice automatically and take the worst one. Yeah, it did. Awesome. So I rolled an 8 and a 3, and it only took the 3. So it automatically, any effect, it'll automatically do it for us now. We don't have to look up shit anymore like that, which is great. Alright, so he misses badly, and he's got his shirt over him. So Regala, you're up.
Okay.
And now if you go up to him and say you try to hit him, and you drag the dice onto his combat tracker because he's blinded, I believe it'll automatically roll 2 dice for you and give you advantage.
Okay.
So, you're going to move up here, okay?
Yep.
Yep, it did. And you got your 5, which is a miss. You missed a blind dude.
Dang.
Alright, Caelum, you back?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just this guy who's so nimble.
With a shirt over his head.
Yeah, that's what's giving him the nobility. I mean, whatever the freaking nimbility. I don't know.
The nimbility?
I don't know what the word is for nimble plus.
The nimbleness?
Ility.
Nimbleness?
Yeah, there you go.
Does it say what the other roll was?
It won't say. It'll just take the proper one.
Right.
So I'm gonna step up.
If you look, you can kind of see. I mean, you have to kind of look right away. You can see it before they disappear, but yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it won't say. You gonna move right there?
I'm gonna pick up the chair. I'm gonna swing it at Commoner 3.
All right. Who's blinded?
I don't know how to do that. I'm throwing a chair.
I guess you're throwing a chair,
ranged
right?
attack.
So that would be a ranged attack, which would use your. Well, I guess you could still use your strength. It's a chair, right? You can use strength for ranged attacks, right? If they.
Depending on what they are. If they're like throwing weapons like a hand axe.
All right, so that's fine. I mean, it's kind of like you're throwing a club almost. So we'll say you can still use your. We can use your strength.
I mean, how do I do that? Just roll a d20?
On that, just roll. Yeah, we'll just roll until we figure all that out. There's probably not gonna be many fights we're gonna be using chairs, so
we'll be just trying to. Oh, well, crap! Did you see that roll?
No.
Drag it just from the dice. I guess I just need to do that.
All right. Well, he's got disadvantage, so roll another one. Oh, you have advantage because he can't see anything.
Even worse.
Those aren't D20s, are they? I thought those must be. They don't look like D20s.
Yeah, they look like D12s.
Where?
Did you roll the one all the way on the left?
Crap. Yeah, hold on. I just picked up 20 of them. Sorry.
Alright, just drop them in there and they'll disappear all but one.
I'm working on it. There's my D20. Sorry.
Alright. So that'll definitely hit at 16. Okay, so roll your damage, which will be like a 1d4 plus your strength mod. So that's a 4, which is enough to knock them out as well. They only have 4 hit points, these guys.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hoot, hoot, hoot.
Alright, so if you guys look at your character sheet real quick, and I typed in, if you look at your character sheet, and on the main page, right next to your class and level, there's a little magnifying glass. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
If you click that, it should pop up your class and level, and it'll say you have 0 XP, and you need 300 to level up. Alright? So I am going to make sure I get this working proper. So I'm going to go to XP. I'm going to go to the fight, which is... What did I do with my fight here? PCs, encounters. Drag my Tavern brawl into here. And then if I right click it and award XP, you guys should all have gotten 10 XP.
Boom.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice. Alright, so that's easy. So I can auto it auto does the XP for the numbers, which is awesome.
Who took out the guy? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
The what?
Who finally took out the guy?
You threw Caelum threw a chair at him.
All right, cool.
Knocked his butt out. Caelum was just murdering people in here pretty much. But you had under the
Willhelm
table
was
somewhere.
pretty impressed.
Willhelm was impressed. He hooted quite very nice hoot.
Do not mess with my scones.
Okay, so as these guys run away, some change falls out of their pockets, we'll say, for your little battle. Well, you knock them out, so are you going to go through the pockets?
No, I wouldn't. Do...
Well, I'm going to award you guys anyway for your first fight. So regardless if you did want to go through the pockets, I actually spent time making tables for this, so I'm going to use them. So I roll a die here to show how much we get, and it was 96, which is pretty good. So that is a 1d6 platinum pieces. Is actually what you guys get total for your thing, and it was a 1, so you get 1 platinum piece. Yay!
I'm just looking at it like, how does this 5 people? What the?
I'm gonna say we'll say Seabass had the platinum piece on him. He was the big guy. You know, he was the boss of the horrible clan of people that couldn't fight. So if I add 1 platinum piece to your parcel coins, and then I can keep track of your coins here, and I can also drag them down and distribute coins to the party evenly. Apparently, so I think that's something I have to.
I see it on the party sheet. Man.
Yeah, you see the 1 PP on the party sheet?
Yeah, it's on the party sheet. There's nothing in like my personal treasure.
Maybe because it's not an even number yet.
Can't split 1 platinum piece.
Right, so we'll probably have to wait until it actually shows that up. So it's up there for now, and once we get enough, I can always distribute. It'll evenly distribute all the money that you guys have been collecting when I click the button and things like that. So.
That's cool.
Okay, so that's it. Fight's over. Most of these commoners, a lot of these commoners will say have bailed. They kind of ran out during the fight. Scalz was still jamming though, and there's a few young girls that didn't care because Scalz is here. Scalz.
Immediately when the fight's over, I'm just like, people, it is okay. All right, good night.
Because that's gonna reassure him.
All right, so after the fight's over, the bartender walks up to you. She goes, "Oh," she's like, I'm sorry about that. Those guys, those hooligans always seem to cause trouble. Are you guys okay?"
We are. Thank you for asking.
She
I'm
goes,
so sorry. I canceled the lion roar.
"Oh, is it still going on the whole time?
Well, I had it. I don't know.
Is that how it works? Or I thought it was just like a "Arr," and that was it."
Well, I could make it go long for like a minute, or I could
Alright.
or I think I just made it roar and then like use the moment to like run away.
Okay.
I hand Willhelm his dog back.
You all right, Mud? Thank you for looking after him. You're clearly a kind young lad.
It talks? What the heck are you?
I look at you curiously. I've been talking for a while. I've been talking for a whole year, sir. I'm 3.
Nice.
What kind of magic is this? Well, I hope you and your family are okay. Go back.
Okay.
Just look
So-
at you really curiously. My head's completely upside down.
Here, have a Tootsie Pop.
All right. So Kalissa says, "I do apologize again for those guys. I don't know how many times Constable Harbrook had to drag Seabass and his crew in for a night to sober him up, but it doesn't seem like it's worked yet." She says, as a not a thanks, but as because of what happened, to be nice to you guys. If you need a place to stay for the night, I have some rooms open upstairs, no charge.
Even
Huh.
me?
Yes, even you, young Glass, you can stay as well. She lets you stay before. She's been nice to you.
Well, I've been staying in the stable.
Well, I gotta do your job, yeah. So it's all right. Okay, so
Gotta do your job in the stable.
yeah, shit happens.
Well,
yeah.
that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yes, that's a generous gesture.
All right, so she tells you guys can make your way upstairs if you want. So let's
How many rooms?
Before I go up, I'll ask her about the bandits infesting the roads.
Oh yeah.
the bandits infesting the roads.
Yeah, specifically like Carn Road.
Oh yeah.
Infested Karn? That one that you were talked about from before?
Yeah, the town constable was talking to me about.
I gotcha. She says that she says, I have heard of things. I have heard of that. We hear a lot here. But I don't know any specific information about that. She goes, why don't you guys take a night? Why don't you guys rest up? In the morning, I'll cook you guys some breakfast. And I do have something myself that I'd like to talk to you about, if that's okay with you guys.
No eggs for me for breakfast, please. I don't feel comfortable eating eggs.
She goes, I'll make you some, how about some there's eggs and pancakes. How about there's eggs in that too. So what do you eat for breakfast?
I like worms, preferably.
Well, you could go out and find your own food, and then if you're going to eat worms, you probably have to eat them outside, and then you can come back in, because I don't think the rest of my clientele would appreciate that.
What kind of discriminating place is this? I'll have you know my father.
All right, so
How many rooms is she giving us?
she has a room for. Well, let me show you because I found a thing for that. Here's the upstairs of the inn. Okay, so you guys kind of come up from the stairs over here on the right side. Basically, any of these rooms you can pick. So you see, there's a couple toward the back that have like one big bed. There's a couple there, kind of about 4 on the top there. There's a bath in the middle. There's lots of little restrooms there that you guys can use. Blah blah blah. So you guys can pick where you want to go and crash for the night. I knew where Tracy was going exactly.
But the husband and wife don't sleep together? Oh, frosty marriage.
The who?
He
could
thinks
always
we're
join
all a
us.
family.
Yeah. And
Oh.
So I think he thinks that the monk and I are the mom and the dad.
And Willhelm's the
and
pet.
the bird is our pet.
I was
Yes.
going here. I think that this is like a bird's bath right
You're
here.
gonna sit in the bird bath. That's awesome. All right, young Glass, what are you doing? You gonna sleep in the hallway?
I'm gonna sit there. But I will probably I will close the door.
The what?
Close the door.
I will push stuff against the door.
Really?
I'm gonna close the door.
All right.
That.
So you're pushing like this dresser in front of the doorway to block
Yeah.
it, so no one can come in. Wow, he's not a very trustworthy sort, is he? Hope there's no fire. Okay, so we'll just say you guys crash for the night. You guys do your whatever you need to do.
Meditation.
You meditate, and Tracy's probably I don't know what Tracy's doing. Taking a bath.
Hot bath.
Yeah,
Peach
so
scented candle.
peach scented candle, nice.
Brushing my hair.
looks like a glass is sleeping under the bed.
No,
Eh.
I'm basically. I'm looking in my pack at my special item,
Okay.
and just kind of just taking it out and looking at it and keep going from there.
All right. And then you're in the bird bath. Okay, so you guys crash for the night.
Yeah, in the dark.
And then the daytime comes back around. She puts out a nice little breakfast for you guys as a little apology for Seabass and his gang. We'll say. So she comes up to you guys. There's more commoners in the room now. They've kind of come back in after last night. They're kind of used to it. Scalz has not stopped jamming though the whole time. He's still playing. he's on like it's like freaking
His eyes are like
Lollapalooza.
all baggy.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's on a bender. He's on like a 12-hour bender. It's his own little Scalzapalooza going on. And he's just going to town. All right, he's actually playing a guitar, a drum, and a flute at the same time right now. Don't ask how.
Oh, I wasn't going to.
What is he using to bang on the drum?
I said don't ask.
He's got like that thing that the dude in Mary Poppins had.
So she comes up to you and gives you guys your nice warm breakfast and all that jazz. And she says,
on my plate, I assume.
she puts some like lettuce out for you because she's like really not sure what to give you. So it's like some lettuce and some nuts
That's
and
fine.
like a piece of bread.
I mentioned to her I would take sausage and ham, but this is also all good. Thank you.
She says, you're welcome. And then she so as you guys are eating, she kind of talks to you a little bit. She goes, I couldn't help but notice last night though that you guys are able to take care of yourself pretty well. She goes, there has been what Seabass said was true, even though the way he goes about his inquiries is a little barbaric. We do have had a lot of troubles in this town, especially with the way the wind and the rain and all the different elements around here seem to be kind of going haywire lately.
Would you have heard of a cult perhaps that's involved with fire then? That may have kidnapped people?
She says, no, but that sounds horrible.
Oh.
I haven't heard anything about that. But Red Larch, this area is a big place, and there's a lot of area around Red Larch. The Dessarin Valley is pretty large. It'd be horrible if people like that were out there, but I can't say they're not. She says that I do have a theory about some of the troubles, though. There's a place called Lance Rock. Anybody could direct you toward it, and I could too. So hold on, let me find out exactly where this is at. Well, she says there's a place called Lance Rock that has kind of been a evil. Always seemed to have some kind of evil presence about it. She goes, neither the constable or any of the town elders I mentioned it to them, but none of them seem to want to look into it. She goes, but I myself am tired of these troubles. I'm willing to offer you guys 50 gold pieces if you can investigate it and make sure there's no sinister forces of any kind lurking over there.
Well, we would gladly accept this offer, if anything to help out the common folk in a time of need.
Really, you're quite charitable, aren't you?
I would.
Yes,
speak up.
thank you.
You and your family just go around fighting evil? Is that what you do?
Oh, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. My father would, if he knew I was doing this, he'd have my hat in a basket, I tell you.
That is really disturbing, sir-ish.
Sir-ish. It's funny you mentioned the elements and the being out of balance. I was in Waterdeep, and after much prayer and meditation, I felt compelled to come here because I too sense that imbalance. And I would like to go investigate at Lance Rock. I've been
Well,
looking
I'd
for
like 50 gold.
companions to kind of travel with me, um, to see if we can discover the source of the imbalance. Would
I've
any of
rec-
you be willing to join me?
I would be very willing to assist. I've recently joined with the Order of the Gauntlet, and they are in pursuit of justice in the region.
I am also
It's
in
a-
the Order of the Gauntlet.
wow,
Really?
we've not come across
Already?
each other. How could that be?
Wait, how could this be? Are you two not together?
We are not a family. We all just met last night.
Oh, just hang around 14-year-olds. I get ya. Wink, wink.
I
I say I'm 3, so I don't see the problem.
All right. Well, I'm interested in 50 gold, so I'm in.
I don't know if I'll be much help, but I would like to help.
Well, are you sure? This could be dangerous. Here, I'll flip her wooden nickel. I'm like, here, why don't you just take that? And I don't want you getting hurt, youngin.
I think he does need some companions and someone to look after him. I, for one, would like to take him with us. He doesn't have anybody to care for him here, and I feel like we should take care of him.
Okay, well, he's
my
your
dog
responsibility.
My dog's Mud's looking pretty happy with him nearby.
Yeah, I keep feeding. I keep trading. Like I eat a bunch, and then I give a little bit to Rover, and then I give a little bit to Mud. Kind of like the whole thing. Like I don't have much, but I'll share with those who don't. um, I if I could tell you, I feel I I think we need to do this, and I feel like I'm a part of this. I feel it. I mean, I don't know much about this kind of stuff, but I think I'm supposed to help, and I would like to, if you would have me.
We'd love to have you as part of the party. We're just concerned you would get hurt. So
And
if
you're
you're going
awfully
to join
young.
us, you need to stay back and
I would
listen.
prefer not to get
Oh.
hurt either, but I do have this, and I hold up my hand. I don't cast it, but I hold out my hand, and like a little bit of fire like starts to flicker up from my hand. I've had to use this before, and I don't like to, but I can.
Okay,
And
but if you need to have the birds and bees talk, I'm not doing it. Oh, sorry about that, bird person. I mean, like bees and other bees. Never
What
mind.
is
You know
this
what I'm talking
reference
about.
to birds and bees?
At this point, I look at Regalia very darkly. I'm like, someone tried to have that conversation. I'm last week, and I'm not. I don't appreciate that.
What is that?
Please.
Okay.
Same people that took my father's kit from me.
Your father's.
Unfortunately, I'm not getting all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
It's
either.
hard, Chance. It sucks, but it's hard to hear
Sorry.
you.
All right. So I had to change rooms. Someone tried to have that conversation with me a couple days ago, and
A couple days ago.
I barely got away. So please, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they teach it different here, I guess. All right. Well,
Caelum,
so
or
Lance
Callum,
Ross.
how do you say your name? Caelum?
Caleb.
Do you think you could get some of those scones for our trip?
Sure, I can
Oh,
drop by the
yeah?
bakery and grab a few.
She goes, "Oh, Lance Rock, by the way." She just patiently listens to you guys talk. She just stands for the whole time. She says, "It's to the northwest of town. If you head down the Keldal path a bit and then head west about let's see, about 10 miles. If you head west after about 10 miles down the path, you'll eventually run into it." She says, "It's hard to miss. It's like a large rock that's kind of angled into the earth, and then beneath that is there's some kind of cave, but people don't go there because it seems like an evil place. But it is a landmark that is well known around here."
Hey, Scouts, where's our money located?
Your money on your character?
Yeah.
It should be under your inventory, I believe, on the treasure.
It's way at the bottom.
You have 10 gold pieces.
Damn it.
I could I have a certain skill set I've kind of had to learn over the weeks, but I don't have the tools I need if we needed like breaking into things. I kind of know how to do that, but I don't have any thieves tools.
Let's say Kalissa kind of overhears what you're saying in a way. She said, "Oh, we haven't. I know you've been working for us with food and a little bit of lodging, young Glass, but with what happened last night to you and your friends, I think I can give you a little bit of coin for what you've done for us with the stables and whatnot. So I'll say she gives you enough to. She'll give you 15 gold pieces, which should give you enough. If you head over probably to the maybe the Sundries part or town where Tracy started, they might have some used lockpicks or some lockpicks laying around. Who knows?
Okay. All right, cool. Did you already add it to the quarry?
I added the gold, yeah.
Thank you so much. And a little tear starts to well up in my eye. I'm like, thank you. And I give her a hug, and then I think about it, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
She goes, "That's all right, young one. All right, I got a lot of work to do, my friends. But if you could look into that problem, head to that Lance Rock area. It could help us out, I think. I hope it does." And she kind of walks back over to the bar and starts doing her bar stuff.
I say to the party when she leaves, "Well, friends, she seems that she has a task for us, but interestingly enough, as I was entering town, people at the quarry asked me to check out something that was going on in there. They seemed to feel as if something was actually watching them inside the quarry itself, so I don't know which task we should do first."
There's also been some strange going-ons outside of town near the tomb. Some goblins were spotted there, and word is there could be quite the treasure at that location.
The manager at the sundry shop also spoke to me about what he felt was an omen. It's a skull pinned to a tree. It's only 4 miles east down the Larch path. So I'm torn as you are, my feathered friend. I'm not sure which direction we should head first.
I think we should probably, since she's been so nice to us, we should see if we can help her out. But I would like to stop by the sundry shop so that I can get some equipment that might help. But that's what I think. But you guys can do whatever you want. I'm just happy to be alone.
I don't know. I heard something about goblins and treasure. That sounds pretty good.
But we know that she did offer us 50 gold.
Well, we're not saying we're only going to do one of these things. I mean,
well, she has been very, very kind to us.
Maybe we should decide which one to do, whichever is closest first, because if we have a journey ahead of us, we'd have to make the trip back to accomplish the things that are close by first.
It's no wonder they call owls so wise.
Yes, I'm quite wise, but I'm not very smart.
How far is the quarry?
The quarry's in town.
Then maybe we should head there first.
But they work at night, and they see this stuff going on at night, don't they?
They did say that generally they work at night, I believe. I'm not quite sure what their work hours are, but I saw a group of workers going in for the night.
Well, the one guy did say you might want to talk to what was her name? Sorry, the lady's name. Albari, who owns the quarry. Remember the woman that came out when you were talking?
Right.
As you talked away, he said maybe you could ask her some questions about it. That maybe she'd want help with this. So.
Well, we could speak to the quarry leader or the foremaster, or whatever her title is. And she seems like she might know some information that could be helpful to us.
Well, it's right here in town, so I don't see how that could hurt.
All right. So
All
we'll
I
say
do
you
is walk
guys
out.
kind of go back outside in here. The quarry is number 18 up there on the northern part. The house where she's at, the quarry's behind her. The large, you can see it's kind of drawn in.
Well, let's go to the sundry shop first.
Okay, that's at
Which one's
20.
For
That's
young
that's the other
lads.
direction. That's 22. That's quick. It's a quick trip. It's not a big
Yeah.
town. So we'll just say you guys head over to the sundry shop. You talk to the owner about possibly acquiring some lockpicks is what it was, right? Or thieves' tools, right?
Thieves tools, but I'm like, can I possibly get some equipment that's used for helping with people that get locked out of things? I have
He goes,
lockpicks.
my boy, I haven't been born yesterday. You know.
Yeah, we cracked the code, kid. Nice try, though.
Don't make it sound like you're buying a Playboy,
I
all
just
right?
tussle his hair.
Just ask her what you want.
Got some thieves tools.
Yeah, we got some thieves' tools here.
Okay.
I could let him go for about 25 gold. If you want, you could try to whittle them down a little bit. I don't know if you're a whittler downer type of person though. So.
Are you interested in trading 20 and 5 torches?
5 what?
Torches?
I still can't hear. Torches. He goes,
Torches.
torches.
Yeah.
Sir, I could make a torch in like 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll take it for 25 gold.
You could try to. Well, that's fine. All right, 25 gold it is. Work on your persuasion, young one. Nice try though, he says. So we'll add I'll add some thieves tools to your thing. Thieves tools, and then we got to figure out real quick under your.
Which section is the job?
Oh, I have it under your skills, thieves tools, and it goes with dex, and I have it proficient. So you get +4 to them right now. So that's all set up already. We already set that up. You just had to get them. Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So that's what you would roll for the traps and for unlocking things. Okay. Actually, getting rid of the traps, not for finding the traps, of course. All right. So you guys, we'll say you guys kind of. It looks like Caelum headed down with him to watch over him, Glass.
Yep.
And then we'll say you guys kind of congregate back in the middle of the town here, and you guys discuss somewhat what you want to do. I'll bring up another map for you real quick. Kind of shows all those areas. Oh, actually, you still need to talk to the lady, don't you, at the quarry?
Yeah, Albury.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're going to the quarry.
All right, so you guys can head up to the north part of town. I'll just drag you guys up there. La 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 la.
Is that your sister, Regala?
Oh, no. My sister is a fire elemental. She's elsewhere.
Well, how did that work out?
It's quite some family reunion there.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
What are y'all talking
I
about?
don't
What
know.
do you see?
I don't know either.
There's another token on the map. Do you not see
I
that?
don't see it.
Another token on the map.
I see
Where?
It's
don't
two
see it right
regalas.
by-
Yeah.
It's in between 10 and 12 for me.
I
Oh.
do see it down there.
I see it. Okay.
Okay.
No, she disappeared. She warped back to her plane of existence.
What happened to your sister?
Okay,
Guys,
so
I think there might
you,
be
babe.
some sort of duplicator here. The doppelganger in town.
oh no, too bad Havar's not here. He doesn't do well with doppelgangers, if I remember correctly.
All right, so I walk up to Albury.
So which direction? I mean, so talking to the quarry person, but which direction is the mission that she gave us on this map?
Is the what?
The mission that she gave us for 50 gold. Which direction?
It's northwest. Once you guys talk to this lady, I'm gonna bring a map up that kind of gives you an idea where you need to head for all the different things they've told you. Because they all kind of had an idea where they're at, so it doesn't matter that you guys can kind of see where they're going. You still have to get there though. So okay, so you head in and talk to.
Yeah, I go in and talk to Albury. I say, your workers have been speaking to me. Perhaps you've seen them. I think I saw you eyeing us. And I've gathered a party that seems quite capable, maybe even a little bit more capable than myself, to help out with whatever troubles you need here. What exactly is going on within your quarry?
She goes, those workers. She goes, all that stuff is overblown. She goes, it seems like instead of working, they want to complain there's some issues in the mine, so they don't have to work. People are layabouts these days. She says. She goes, we don't have any real troubles here.
I'm gonna do an insight check on her.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to do that. Let's see.
17. That's pretty good. Yeah, you could tell that she's kind of trying to get you guys off subject, I guess. Kind of just,
Well,
That's
even
it.
if there's nothing to it, it's obviously bothering them, and so maybe it would boost morale if you let us look into it a little bit. And then I'm gonna do a persuasion. Oh, hold on. If I can figure out how to do it. I've got so many little maps covering my stuff. There we go.
13. Okay. She says, you know what? We have, I've talked to, sorry. They have talked to the constable about this issue too. He said he'll look into it himself. So I think we could keep this as a town issue. She says, but if you guys are, it looks like you guys are looking to test your metal though. She said, there's rumors though around here that there was a legendary treasure that's said to be hidden off in Trickle Rock Cave. She gives you directions to the cave. And she says, maybe that's the kind of thing that you guys, seems like the kind of stuff that you guys would be looking forward to doing, trying to do. She goes, if you excuse me though, I have a pretty important business to run here. And she kind of asks you to
I'm
leave.
gonna try and do an insight to see if she's lying about this treasure stash or not.
Okay.
And after he's done with that, I'm going to try to waive her attention and lay down a Whopper.
Lay down a Whopper?
Yeah.
From Burger King?
No.
The Halloween Whopper?
The black one? Oh god.
A what?
Disgusting. You haven't seen the Halloween Whopper?
How do you roll? I'm not having trouble.
13. Does she seem like she's lying?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say that these people were actually sent from like Waterdeep because they've news of some bad things going on here, and they were sent from far away. And ma'am, I think you should let them like investigate it because they showed me their badges, everything.
All right. So as you're talking, she goes, "Listen, little fella." She goes, "It's cute and all that you think you're some kind of adventurer, but it's obvious that you don't know what the heck you're talking about." So she says, and as I've said before, I'm pretty busy here. So if you'd excuse me, I have to get back to work. And then she kind of has you guys leave. Pretty soon you're gonna be trespassing pretty soon, and she's gonna get a little upset.
Do you guys notice how she just kind of changed that subject to some random quest thing?
Yeah.
That seemed kind of odd, don't you guys think?
I agree.
It seemed like she was trying to misdirect us.
Definitely trying to divert us onto something else.
Yeah, I don't trust this Trickle Rock Cave nonsense. Sounds like, well, I don't know what it is, but it could be a wild goose chase at best.
At worst, it could be a trap.
Wow, you're really distrustful. You really hate
she's
humans,
lying
don't
to
you?
us right now. She's not
humans.
telling us the full truth. Humans, they're gross.
That's true. They are pretty gross.
They're not even edible. It's what's with that?
All right, so you guys, I'll bring up something
Hey,
so you
I have
guys.
an idea, guys. Guys, I have an idea. If you want
Oh
to,
boy, the kid has an idea.
Yes,
What's your
what?
idea?
Never mind him.
I
What's your idea?
this guy's spell, I can make myself look like the constable, and we can go in there whenever we want.
What
Uh,
did you say? I didn't catch it.
you can make him.
I have a disguise. I
He
got
said he
like
could
a
make himself
disguise.
look like the constable with his disguise spell.
Oh,
So now the 14-year-old wants to pretend to be the constable of the town.
well, that sounds like a grand idea.
Just let us be somewhere else when you try this, okay?
If that fight went like one more round, I would have done that. Like while the guy was head was like covered, I was gonna like disguise stuff into the.
I say we come back and investigate later. We can't let this lie, but I don't think we want to trespass in the mine right now.
Okay. So.
Okay, so you see this map here? So Lance Rock is to the north.
It's not that far.
The northwest. Every hex is 2 miles. You guys could go. You guys can go if you're going normal speed. Let me get my little sheet scan thing on here. Normal speed, you guys could cover about 24 miles in a day. If you guys travel for more than 8 hours at a time, then you have to start worrying about taking rolls for exhaustion. So you could travel 24 miles in a day at normal pace. If you want to do a faster pace, you could travel 30, but you get -5 to your perception scores. So if you need to make a perception check as you're traveling, you get penalties. And if you want to go slow, you can use stealth as you travel, but then you only get to go 18 miles a day. So basically 6 up or down. 24 is the normal amount you can do in a day. So every 4 hours is going to be like, well, you got morning, and then 4 hours is going to be like around, obviously afternoon time. Then 4 more hours will be when it starts to get, when you kind of got to slow down unless you want to push yourself.
So that's looking like 24. That's what 24 miles from where we're at.
It's about 16 miles or so to Lance Rock, unless you cut straight. Well, I guess you could cut straight through country.
Looks like the Haunted Tomb is the closest.
But it's about 16 miles anyway. The tomb, if you go down the road, about 8 miles or so, which is like only the morning. It's like a morning jog down to that area. The Bears and Bows quest is the one for Tracy. No, it's not. That's the one for the Constable I was talking about with the bandits. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Laugh is the one with the arrow that Tracy was told about, and the skull. And then the Bloody Treasure is the one that the lady at the quarry told you about. So those are the quests.
Well, I vote for something quick, John, first.
I'd recommend the tomb, the potential to get some treasure and maybe gear ourselves up a little more.
That sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
I think the tomb is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm so
I'll go with that.
Column's work already or Caelum's work, I'm sorry.
Did you stop and get some scones real quick, Caelum?
Oh, absolutely. I'll stop by and of course I have my cooking supplies with me, so I can cook us up a little something on the trail.
Nice.
Throw some supplies in my bag.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, the scones are just the start of it, guys. I've actually been serving as a cook in the army, so I've been doing this for a while. Learned from my mother. She was a wonderful cook.
Wow, that's great.
You knew your parents?
Well, sadly, yes. She was murdered many years ago.
And you knew your dad?
Well, no, never really got to know him. So
I'm just wondering which one was the elemental.
Well, my mom said my dad might have been a Genasi, so I'm assuming that's where it came from. I hope to learn more about him one day.
My mom was a pretty good cook too.
My parents hired butlers to cook for them.
Look at this guy.
I liked our butlers though, and my nanny. They were all very nice people.
What, you had a butler for your nest? Like, I don't understand how that works.
Did
It
they feed
wasn't
you with a
quite.
beak?
It
Drop it in your
wasn't
mouth?
just a nest. It was quite the nest establishment, if you know what I mean.
Haven't you
Yeah.
seen those like birdhouses with a bunch of holes in them? He like owned one of them. So
I've got a question I've always wanted to know. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Takes roughly 3, sir. You just lick, lick, and then chomp. You're good to go.
Okay.
All right, so you guys taking off to
Yep.
record. Where you guys head?
The haunted tomb.
The haunted tomb. Okay, so you guys start taking. So we'll say I'll just use like who's in the lead here? Caelum is in the lead, right? So we use
Yeah, I
him
think
as a.
he and I. Yeah.
All right, so as you guys leave town, you're working your way toward the tomb. This is crazy.
DM laughs.
Yeah. Hold on, sorry.
are we going over the road or are we going like
Well, yeah. How do you guys want to go? That's a good question there.
I'd like to take the road. It
Yeah, I
seems
think
like
for now we would stick to the road.
Take the long road
it's
for a
not
bit
that
and then,
long.
and then go down.
Large path. Oh, the long road. Oh, okay. That's the actual name of the road. I see.
Okay, so as you guys start heading down the town, you notice. Okay. You guys are traveling a bit of ways, and quite far off in the distance, we'll say, to the north, kind of northeast, as you're just walking around, you can see a group of people a couple miles out. It's a nice day out, so you guys it's clear, so you guys can see about 2 miles in on a clear day. So we'll say almost to the limit of your vision. You notice some people kind of well, a little hard to tell who they are. You see just a group of let's see how many other about 7 or 8 figures off in the distance, moving to the northeast, we'll say, and that's about it.
along the road?
No, they're like out in like northeast of where you guys are now, like kind of in the wilderness, I
Mhm.
guess,
Okay.
like out here, but pretty far out. For you, like like about 2 miles out for you guys, pretty far away. You probably won't be able to catch them, but you do notice some activity out here of see like kind of a band of probably not ne'er do wells, I would say, heading to the northeast area. To be honest, I rolled an encounter already. I rolled a random encounter for you guys, and it hit on the very first roll,
Great.
and it
That's
would have
awesome.
actually annihilated you. So I'm trying to play it off as like you just see them,
Okay.
because it was like 8 really pretty hard things.
Shit.
Because I'm gonna roll I'm rolling for encounters and stuff as we do everything too. So
Yeah.
okay, so you guys are kind of see that in the distance, and now you guys kind of make your way over to the haunted tomb area, we'll say. It took about 2, 4, 6, 8. It's about 8 miles. So it's about a third of the day, and you finally make your way over there. Um. Okay, so as you approach the tomb, a dark rectangular hole gapes amid the grass and vines of a nearby hillside. A stone door can be seen, ajar in the tunnel's dim depths. The door bears chiseled marks that might once have been a name.
Hmm.
So you guys are kind of approaching this tomb.
I'll check around
And
the tomb.
what chance?
Do we see anything around us, or can I can I use survival for fresh tracks or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. You have survival, right?
What do I click on the
What are you looking at, Regala? Like right at your
Around the
immediate
door area?
location, or kind of you kind of walking around the
Yeah,
place?
I'm walking around the entrance.
Just the entrance area. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't notice anything besides what I've already told you.
Okay.
So. And roll your survival chance.
all right. I click on the 1, right?
The what? Yeah, that's it. 7. Okay. You notice that there's some tracks around, but you can't really discern what they are.
Okay.
You just know
And I
that
can
there's
tell
people have probably been here, but you're not sure how long it's been. You know.
Well, when I look at the rectangular the chisel marks, do I recognize markings like that?
No. No, you don't.
Would I be able to do a history check on them, maybe?
Sure.
All right.
Because I also have like dwarfish and elvish.
Oh shit, my history is 0 with proficiency. Here we go. 12.
Okay, you notice you can't the marks on the door are pretty worn off, so you can't really read it, but you know from just learning about stuff over time that it probably most likely is the name of whoever is in the tomb, and that's what they normally would do, and most likely they would only name a tomb outside if the person in it was of some kind of nobility or someone of importance. If it was just a regular person, obviously they wouldn't put the name outside of the tomb. But it does seem like whatever name was here, it was been a long time since these marks were made, and they've kind of withered over time. So it had to have been quite a long time ago when they did this.
I share all that with the party, and it's just like, this is probably a pretty important person's tomb from quite a long time ago. As you can see, this is most likely his name written outside here to designate whose tomb this belonged to.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like someone's already broken in, so we may as well go in and see what they've done.
Do you want me to sneak ahead and see? Because I'm pretty sneaky when I want to be.
How about
dark
I go
inside there?
I go in with you.
Well, I can cast light, right?
I don't know, Kagan.
Yeah.
Well, then
I don't know how to do it on here, though.
Well, light, you just say I cast light.
Okay, I cast light. Let there be light.
What do you cast it on? You have to cast it on an object. Usually it's a small thing like a ring or an amulet.
You could do like your shield or your weapon.
Yeah, I was let's do it on my shield.
Okay.
If you do it on your sword, then you can sheathe the sword for darkness.
Ooh, this guy. Yeah, but then he can't spell. That's true.
No, I'll just do it on my shield.
Okay.
So you don't want me to sneak ahead?
No. Thank you, but I think no. Let Caelum and I go first, please.
They don't trust you. Okay, so you're too little, man. They're not gonna let you go ahead anymore yet.
We need to get to know this 14-year-old a little bit more.
Yeah, we want to protect.
Although I'm 3, so I don't know. I look like I'm older.
But you're like older 3. You're a wise.
I look like I'm like 21.
21-year-old
21-year-old owl. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works in bird years.
Okay, so you guys
All right. Cool. If you want a little extra light, I could do something with prestidigitation, like make little glowing butterflies.
Ooh.
I would not be against these flying butterflies that produce light.
All right. make a bunch of like glowing butterflies to kind of glow above everybody.
All right. Who can see and who can't see in this party? Like, who has dark vision and who doesn't?
I have dark vision.
All right, that's 60, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else? I don't think.
so.
I don't think there's many of
I
you.
do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, me and
And Genasis do not, right?
Yeah, neither do I.
And you do.
Except for
Oh,
fire
wow.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be doing a lot of sneaking around. Well. Okay, so as you get closer to the door of the tomb, you notice that it's kind of open enough to allow like a small character to kind of shimmy through it, and it opens inward, so you can push. You have to push it open. But none of you are actually small.
what about me being like 5 foot?
Well, you're still considered, I think, medium.
Well, can I try and push it open?
Well, yeah, you can push it open. Everybody
I'm-
can push it open. So.
I'm gonna just push it open.
Okay, so as you shove the door open, there kind of is well, you could check for traps, but it wouldn't really help because it's kind of not really a trap, I guess, as much. It's nothing you'd be able to see without being inside the door, we'll say. So you pushed it open, and there is kind of, you notice like a wagon wheel fittings and some metal things crash to the ground from above, like the door, almost like some kind of improvised alarm maybe that someone set up. So like as you push the door open, it makes a noise that could be heard, and they fall down with like a loud crash. But you are inside, so we could kind of open up a little bit of this.
I don't even see the map.
I'm working on it. Boom.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, I don't think we have to worry too much about all that stealthing around.
Yeah, I think our arrival has been announced. We should just forge ahead.
All right, so inside the door, as you walk in, is a room or passage, which states a room about 10 feet high by 10 wide. Basically, what it states, there's this large room as you walk in. Actually, there's a 10-foot wide going into the hill, and then 30 feet later opens into a square room. That's where you guys have gone. So you go down into the square room, which contains a stone block table. So we'll say there's a table on the east part of the room. Stains and marks atop the slab suggest rusted objects were once arrayed on it. In the middle of the wall to the right of the entry passage is a closed and severely rusted iron door. So let's say the iron door is down on the right side. There's an iron door right here that you guys can see. That's kind of leading most likely into another area.
Okay.
And I'll try to open that up a little bit so you guys can know. It's like there's a door right here. I kind of had to make this map up, so on the fly. So.
Okay.
So you have there's I'm sorry. There's like right here is the stone slab that has some marks atop it where some objects were once arrayed, it looks like. And then to the south is a severely rusted iron door.
Okay.
All right.
To the right, there's a rusty door. To the
To the south is the door. To the right is the stone slab. Like a stone block table.
I want to investigate that. I'm going to walk over to the stone slab.
I'm going to
Alright.
quietly
walk.
Actually, I'll take all your stuff off as you guys walk around. When the fight starts, I'll knock them back up. So you should be able to just move around, I think.
I'm going to investigate the door.
Alright.
And I go down here with him.
I just pull out my longbow and look around at what everyone's doing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Boom.
So as you investigate the door, like, what are you doing to the door exactly?
Oh, I was just making sure there's no like traps.
Like you're just like looking at it, or are you touching it, or just looking, right?
Touching, but not like not with a light touch.
All right, so you do touch it.
Okay.
So as you touch the door, A ghostly armored male human wielding a spectral longsword emerges from it. So let's.
Oh, I'm screwed.
So he kind of comes off to the side here and appears before you.
Hi.
Hi.
He says, "What are you doing here? In my
I'm so
master's
sorry,
in my
sir.
master's tomb."
All right. I'm so sorry, sir. We were from the town, and there's great troubles here, and we heard that there was trouble in this tomb. We did not mean to disturb anybody, but we heard that possibly goblins were disturbing this thing. We're investigating. We did not mean to disturb you. I'm sorry.
He
And
says,
am I really,
"You what?"
do I need a royal persuasion or anything
No,
like that?
no. If you're just talking, you don't. You're not trying to talk him into anything, right?
Yeah, please don't kill
You have to roll for that. No. He says. I've been here for many years, and I'm sworn to protect my master's resting place. He says, I need you all to leave immediately.
Okay.
It makes a compelling argument.
I back away.
And he starts kind of eyeing you guys, waiting for you to leave immediately. And seems like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave immediately. Sorry.
Oh, good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
So did I see anything like as I was investigating the tablet?
No, just you noticed like I guess a closer view of the stains and marks where the rest of the objects were once on it, but there's nothing overly important there. What is that for?
I was just
What?
as I back away.
I can't hear you,
making
Chance.
my way to the. I'm backing away and just kind of glancing at him and make sure that it's, I don't know, see if it's actually ghostly and not some other kind of arcane thing.
Okay, we'll say it's obviously a ghostly. It appeared out of the door at you, but you don't really know any more about it, like what it is specifically.
Well, I would like to ask him, when we arrived, the door was open. So there's been somebody in here before. Do you know who that was?
He says, whoever it was, they're obviously wise enough to not disturb this door. Unlike you all. He says that in a country tone. Unlike y'all.
Y'all.
And as I said before, you must leave immediately. I would not dawdle around if I were you. And he kind of gets a little closer to you.
Whoa, not so close.
He says, I can tell by your not wanting to leave immediately that you guys do not take instructions well. So he kind of like Ghostbusters it and like becomes like a crazy evil looking skeleton lady from the library. And then he's angry because you guys are dawdling. So open up your combat trackers. He is waiting for you to leave, and he didn't.
Well, this owl has a slow reaction time, so.
Apparently. So everybody can roll. You should all be in there. You should see him. Mm-hmm. What do you see of him?
I just see Spectre.
Do you see the effects underneath him?
No.
All right, good. So if I don't add it, then you don't see it because it tells all his effects. But that would be really weird if it showed you guys that. Okay. So you guys need to roll initiative for not leaving.
We were gonna leave.
Yeah,
maybe?
you're gonna, but he's impatient. Obviously,
I actually don't know if we were gonna leave
a few times. All right, so everybody rolled up. Tracy got a 4. Regala got a 14. Okay, so it's working. Glass got a. You didn't roll yours, Glass. Roll yours. Caelum got a 19. Glass got a 16. Okay. All right. What's your dex?
Caelum.
17. Plus what?
3.
Plus 3? Alright, so you get to go ahead of him.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Oh, you gonna turn the tracking thing on, or can I just move on down? I want to go right.
Oh,
step down
yeah,
to
let
it.
me add it to you, and then put this at round 1. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my staff, and attack him with the quarterstaff.
Okay. So that is a hit, it looks like.
Okay.
So you do 8 damage, which what do you see under damage? Damage 4?
You see wounded.
Partially resisted.
Do you see partially resisted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
and we see
interesting.
wounded on his character on the tracker.
Okay, so it does show you that he resisted that partially. Okay.
Okay. And so my bonus, I'm gonna do Fist of Fury.
All right, and that's a hit as well. Nice. For more damage. All right. So he's heavily wounded. It says, does it?
Get him, Caelum.
Nice. All right. So, okay. Get him. Hoot, hoot, hoot.
You got this one.
All right. So Spectre is up. Does it say he's a Spectre?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see what he can do.
Heavily wounded.
All right. So since you came up and tried to punch the lights out of him, he wasn't too happy about it. So he's gonna use his life drain on you. And roll a 6, which is a miss. And he only has the one action. So he is going to. How is this guy somewhat? No, he's not. I guess he'll just stay where he's at for now. And we'll move on to Glass.
Glass is going to first cast magic missile.
Nice.
Where that?
So that's an auto hit.
Yeah. All right, I click the spell. So
Just drag over. You should have actual dice, I believe, for that. Or no, you don't have dice for that.
I have dice.
1d4 plus 1 force. If you click the little arrow or the little magnifying glass, it'll show your damage, and you should be able to drag that over on top of the guy in the combat tracker or however. Oh, I could do it if you want. Is it easier if I do it for you on your thing?
Yeah, it might be.
Alright, I'll drag it over. Alright, so you do 3 damage to him. I didn't count yours because you didn't click it on him. Okay, so 3. Alright, so he takes that damage. And he is heavily wounded still. And that's one of your 2 spells, so make sure you knock your spell slot down to 1, level 1.
Yeah, did you roll d20 if I did that? I cast a spell, so you have to roll d20 to see if anything happens.
I can't hear you, Jan, sorry.
Sorry. You had to roll a d20 and see if the
Oh, you're right, I forgot. You're Wild Mage. Nice. Good call. Yeah, I'm going to do that every time you cast a freaking spell. Okay, it's a 19.
All
right, cool.
It's only on a 1, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's only one, and
Okay.
then you see what happens.
Alright, so Regala,
What's
you're up.
your magic missile look like? Butterflies?
Oh, my magic missile, whenever I created it, it looks like, I'm going to say little birds that, like, dart at them like blue jays.
That's a great spell you have there, Glass. Those birds sure do damage.
Yeah, I like them. It's really fun when you hit a deer with them.
Okay, so you did your Frostbite spell, and it auto-rolled a DC 12 save.
My what?
Which it succeeded at. So, I don't know if you see that it succeeded at the save or not.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Okay. And then, so if he succeeds, that's nothing, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So that is done, and now Willhelm's up. Unless you want to move somewhere,
No,
Regala.
I'm set.
Okay.
All right, Wilhelm immediately he starts flapping his wings a little bit and lifts it off the ground by like a foot just because he can. And then he lets out an attack with his longbow.
Okay.
All right, I got all my good bonuses in here, so that's all right.
It's a hit.
Nice. Wilhelm's showing what he's got.
He's showing his worth. And he damages the Spectre, who resists it partially, though.
Ah.
Yeah. Alright. And are you going to move around, or are you good?
Yeah, I'll fly over here just because I can.
Just because you can. Alright. Alright, Tits.
Alright, so I'm gonna ignore that.
Hey, you brought it up.
No, I didn't. Never did I bring that up.
Alright, Tracy. I thought you did.
Incorrect.
I thought you're the one who mentioned it sounded like that.
The name that we
It was
couldn't
probably
pronounce.
me the whole time, I could assume. That's how I am.
So, I'm just frustrated, and I tell him all we were trying to do is ask you a couple questions, and so I'm gonna
try to talk to the Spectre nicely. Try to talk down the
Well,
Spectre.
no, I'm just telling him like.
I got you.
That's bad. So,
right.
Does 13 hit?
It does hit. It says it does.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see that.
And that is a whopping damage.
Wow.
He's still spectering on. All right, Caelum.
I'm hooting at this guy over here.
Who do you think you are?
Hoot, hoot, hoot. Go down already, hoot.
I'm back up. All right, I was getting a snack. All right, I'm gonna unleash Fists of Fury on him.
Is that an actual thing, or is that your own version?
No, that's what I named my melee
Okay.
attack.
All right. That hits. Okay. And he is down, dying. Exceeds hit points by 7.
Describe his death.
Yes.
I already did the Van Damme crouch punch. Let's see. I do like a spinning roundhouse back kick. Hit him in the head.
All right, nice.
Spectral head, whatever that is.
Alright, so the spectral head is dead. Dunk. Alright, so I should be able to add that to your XP for that fight. And award it to you guys. So that's 40 XP for everybody.
Ooh,
You're 50
nice.
out of 300. Nice. And
Where's our XP located?
it's on your main sheet.
Character sheet. Yeah.
And then you click the little
it's like the magnifying glass next to your class and
next
level.
to your class and level. Thank you. And you'll see you have 50 out of 300 now. Alright. And the Spectre's been around a while. He used to be a servant of some sort to somebody important. So we'll see if he's got anything that he drops for you guys. Loot-wise. Mostly this stuff, you're not going to get anything great besides money here. Just warn you ahead of time. But it's 5d6 copper.
Never against money.
10 copper pieces to the party.
Yeah. Hoot, hoot, hoot.
Alright, so now that you have 10 copper, you should all get 2. So if I click this down, it added the 10 copper to the party, and it shows that each of you have 2, but the platinum is still up there because you can't really split that. So, alright, so that's how that works.
I don't see it in the party sheet. Maybe it went in my character sheet already?
Yeah.
Check your character sheet, it should be in there then, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it just goes right in.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. Okay, so that's done. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Took out your first resisted. I forgot what it's like at level 1.
Oh, it's totally different.
Yeah, when a
It's
bar
totally
fight can
different.
take you out.
Michael, go lay down. Go on. Alright. So you still have this door here.
Oh, I thought we opened this door.
All right.
No, he just touched it. As you touched the door at all, the spectral guy would come out.
Okay.
All right. So I come down to the door, and no one saw anything on the stone table, right?
No.
All right. I guess I checked the door for traps.
Okay.
I
We
think
kind of
we
did that the
probably-
first time. You did that the first time. You didn't notice a trap. You did roll that, right? And it was a decent roll if I remember correctly. So you didn't notice anything the first time. It's just that no matter what you did, if you touch the door at all, he comes out. So it wasn't really a trap that you could get rid of. But you didn't notice a trap on your original roll. You were still kind of looking around. You would have noticed it then.
All right. It's gonna make me not want to touch things.
Yeah, most likely.
All right. So
What are you rolling for?
unlocking the door.
You can't lock the door. It's actually rusted shut. So some kind of force against the door may jar it open.
I'm like, stand back, everybody.
Wow.
I got this. And
All right, I need a strength check.
I whip out my maul. Oh, I gotta do a strength check. Okay.
Yep.
Thought I could just attack it. Well,
So, do
this
you still
might not
have
go
it?
as well. Yeah, I can do a strength check.
I'll
but-
aid him. So we.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
All right, so as you slam into the door, it crashes open, falls to the ground.
Hey guys,
Are feathers flying everywhere?
There are feathers.
Oh, there's feathers going all over the place. And I'm like hooting and hollering. Hoot, 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 hoot. Wow, wow, wow.
I look slightly annoyed that they're in my hair, but I try and maintain my composure.
Okay. So the room opens up a bit, obviously, with the crashing of feathers and other things.
hey, is there any like secret passages that we could look around for in this room?
You could always look for them. Get an investigation check. You can roll 1 for the whole room.
All right,
don't have to
I'm gonna
roll
roll one for the whole room.
All right.
Just because that dude was there, and then they obviously had an alarm system, so there had to be another way in.
Okay. Well, as you look around the room, you notice nothing. Nothing pops out at you. Say it that way.
Can others look as well?
Yes, everybody can do investigation and
Oh,
perceptions.
let's see how this -2 roll goes.
It's either. God.
Well, investigate. I meant anybody could do them. I'm looking for a hidden room door specifically.
Yeah, I'm like
Investigation.
feeling up the walls and everything, but
Caelum.
Five blind mice here.
Looking for hidden doors is an investigation check. I just meant in general for like anybody can do perceptions or
So do
investigation.
investigation instead.
But yeah.
That's gonna turn out much better.
All right, so the highest we got is a 8.
Yeah.
That was you.
It was.
Tracy didn't roll one, but
Well, I'm going to. I don't know why my thing's being weird, or maybe it's me.
you just double click it.
make sure you click on.
Make sure you click on the one that has the
number.
plus number or the minus number.
Or whatever.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
dot. The dot brings up everything
Gotcha.
else.
All right, that's
So
what.
just okay, so yeah, you guys don't see anything around you guys.
Hey, what's everybody's intelligence?
Mine's -2 right now. Or 7 total.
That's where 7 went.
Yeah, that's where my throwaway stat went.
Mine's 11.
Mine's 10.
Wow, this is a smart
14-year-old
party.
Might be the smartest guy in the group.
I do plan on buffing mine up to -1, but that's as far as it's gonna get.
Alright. So beyond the rusted door is another square room, 20 feet by 20 feet, or whatever the map is here, containing a stone coffin. So down on the bottom part of this room is a stone coffin. Yay. The ceiling is cracked, allowing roots and water into the chamber from multiple points, although little collects here. At the coffin's feet is a rusty iron chest.
Okay, I do a perception to see if I can see anything unusual by the chest or the coffin, maybe hear anything.
You don't notice anything, especially from where you're at, too. But yeah, you don't notice anything from where you're at.
Okay. So I just walk up if no one else is doing anything.
Are you walking or are you hovering 1 foot off the ground all the time?
No, I like to walk.
Fly. Okay.
Because I don't like to feel better than other commoners who can't fly.
You don't want to be above them, even
exactly.
a foot.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Can I investigate from where I'm at, like look around the room itself for anything like?
Well, if you want to investigate, we'll assume you're kind of walking around looking. So you might want to do a
Well,
perception check first to see if you see anything else. Willhelm did a 15. You didn't notice anything, any traps or anything. If everybody wants to roll them, they can to see if they notice anything before you start walking around. Even though Willhelm kind of went straight already. But. Remember, hotkey. You can hotkey perception on one of those 12 on the bottom. I would suggest hotkey perception, investigation. You know, those type of skills that you use all the time. Thieves' tools for you, Chance, just so it's a lot quicker to make these rolls. You got 12 hotkeys on the bottom that you can use.
How do you use the hotkeys again? Like
just drag the die you want to roll, or the skill thing, the die of the skill, instead of dragging it into the box, drag it onto one of the hotkeys, and then you could right-click it and edit it if you want to name it like perception, because I think it'll show a die roll, so you can edit it to say it's just perception or whatever you want it to say. And you could do that with weapons and everything else too. Anything basically that you make a roll on, you can drag down there.
Well, no. How do you activate their hotkey?
Just click it or drag off of it. Just click it or drag the dice off of it. Like, so if you're gonna hotkey a weapon, you'll probably want to drag it off and drop it on top of the guy you're attacking.
Okay.
Perception, you just have to click it once because you're not attacking with it. So. All right, so nobody notices any traps in the room.
All right. Well, I immediately fly up to this chest.
Ooh, so now you're flying.
Or not flying. I'm walking.
Okay.
Sorry, not flying.
All right. Well, now walking behind my friend, I'm gonna go ahead and investigate a little and look at the chest itself.
All right, so you look around the room.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't notice anything, no doors or anything of that nature around here.
Anything about the chest, or I need a reroll for that?
About the what?
Anything about the chest?
No, the perception rolls you guys did would have done the chest if there was a trap, if it was high enough. So you already rolled those. Did you roll perception earlier? Yeah, you did at 14. Yeah, so you already rolled your perception on the room.
All right. Well, I don't notice a trap on this chest.
Not with the rolls you had.
Now, is this a chest or is it a grave, like a crypt? Like, is there?
There's a sarcophagus or stone coffin. The larger one is the sarcophagus stone coffin, and in front of it is the chest.
But y'all are just doing the chest.
You're in front of you guys are all in front of the chest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just did the thieves' tool on the chest wall.
Well, you can't use it if you're not using it for something.
Oh, I was checking the chest for like that.
Well, your perception checks for traps. And then if you notice a trap, you can use thieves' tools to get rid of it. And your perception checks if it's locked. And if it's locked, if you know that, then you can use your thieves' tools.
Oh, well.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. You don't see anything. You don't think it's trapped. You don't think it's locked.
Okay, then I just open it.
You're opening it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm standing there like watching him open
6 hit points.
All right. So the chest. As you look at the chest, it contains ruined cloth. The sodden remains of a book. But that's about it from what you see.
And I look at the book.
Okay, so as you're looking at the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like the remains of a book. It's really hard. It's very old, and really hard to kind of make out anything that is written in the book. Doesn't seem like there's anything that is useful.
Okay. I put it back down, and I'm assuming the cloth is like kind of raggedy and.
Yeah, it's like ruined cloth.
And I just reverently close the door, close the thing back down.
You close it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else in the chest, right?
Sure.
All right, cool.
You seem to have some magic in you, son. Wouldn't you want to see if there's anything magical? Do you sense anything magical about that?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. I can do that.
What are you rolling? Your Arcana on the chest? Okay.
On the items inside the chest.
All right. Looks wooden inside. The chest is wooden, and you don't notice anything. There's nothing calling to you. Magical coming from the chest.
Should I roll Arcana on the room itself?
On the what?
Does that cover my roll for the room itself, or should I roll for the room itself?
If you want to roll for like the coffin, you can, I guess. That okay, we'll say that inside the coffin, you get kind of an aura of the in the coffin. Well, the coffin itself gives some kind of aura to you of something, a feeling. I don't know what actually is supposed to do when you roll successful on those. I'm just saying you get a kind of a feeling about it, or you notice something.
Kind of would be like you
like
notice that something would be a magic item.
Right. I'm just trying to think of how he would feel when he knows that. Is all you know what I'm saying? Like, do you see like a glowing magic thing, or do you feel like a thing?
Yeah, I feel, I don't know, it's like a aura, I guess.
That's what I always think of it as, kind of like you kind of feeling like something coming off of it. So
but I don't know anything else except magical. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a trace of magic coming from the coffin.
There's something magical about the coffin, but I don't know. I take a few steps back. I don't know if it's another, ghost guy. I don't know, but it might be worth checking. I'm not sure.
Michael.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Well, I mean, is this why we came to grave rob? I mean,
we came for loot.
Do you think it's right to disturb this though? I mean, for loot and or magic, it's somebody's final resting place.
Well, this person, they've been dead a while, clearly, from the evidence, and to be honest, this person was clearly noble in birth, and therefore should have probably, instead of built this grand tomb, used the funds to give to the needy and those who are less fortunate than themselves.
Just out of curiosity, what's your I'm chaotic good. What are you?
Oh, I'm neutral good.
Hey, Allie, you have divine sense. I don't know if you want to use it or not.
Oh yeah, I do, don't I? See, he called me Allie.
Oh, sorry.
Her name's Tits.
What's your name again? Like
just Tracy. I mean, unless you want to keep trying to say the other one.
Tetrazini.
Tetrazini.
Yeah, I don't see my character saying that.
Tetrastrial. I'm trying to read this. I can't say it either.
I love how you picked a name that you can't pronounce.
That was kind of the whole point.
It's hilarious.
Awesome. So yeah, I can do I can see if I can sense the presence of the strong evil.
If it's a celestial, fiend, or undead.
She can know good or evil. She knows alignment, and she knows what kind of.
It says as an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you. That is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, of any being whose presence.
It says the presence of strong evil registers on your sense like a noxious odor.
Right. If it's celestial, fiend, or undead.
Oh, okay.
That's just telling you what it does, and then it tells you exactly what it does.
Okay.
You also detect the presence of an object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with a hollow spell. That is interesting. I'm not actually sure what the hollow spell does. I guess it desecrates or consecrates items. So does that make like a whole item holy or an item evil, I guess?
It makes an area holy or an area evil. Like somebody of a hollow spell, you put it down on somewhere.
no one of evil intent. could,
Place
come
or
into it.
object that has been okay. All right.
So if there was anything like evil in here, I would sense it, right?
If it's
if an
fey,
object.
if it's celestial, fiend, or undead, or an object that has been desecrated or consecrated. However that, yeah. With the to consecrate something is like an action that someone would take on an item to make it like good, right? And to desecrate an item, I would assume, is to do something to make it bad. So it's like an object. It doesn't say a creature or anything. It just says an object or a place.
Well, we've come this far.
So like you would know up. Yeah. So
Like if there's a
you also
sword in
know, like,
there, or if there's like an armor that is like maybe been consecrated, been holy, you know that. Or if there's like some kind of evil, armor that somebody made, to for evil, to make it like an evil armor, has been desecrated. I would say you would know that, like an object, or something.
Okay. Well, I say we've come this far. Let's open this baby up.
Okay. Who's opening it?
I will.
I step back a few paces.
Okay. So Regala opens up the coffin. Inside is a skeleton dressed in a rusted breastplate and clasping a longsword to its chest. As you open the coffin, the longsword itself appears, jumps out of the basically floats out of the coffin, and attempts to attack you. It's not heavy. So everybody's got to roll up. And this thing is basically right, like, it's floating like right in front of you here. Since you're the one who opened it. And then I need to roll up for that thing. Okay.
Roll bird boy.
Okay, so the long sword is flying in the air and looking to chop you guys up. Willhelm, you're up first.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just try and shoot a bow at it and see what happens.
Okay.
I don't see in the initiative order.
You have to open up your combat tracker.
Yeah, I got that up, and I don't see.
Yeah, he's
No,
not
it's
in
on
the list.
Caelum's turn.
Oh, you don't see him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I do.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. All right.
Remember they
so
come out
action.
like
Here
that.
we go.
All right, that's a hit.
Nice.
And it is 4 damage to the flying sword. I don't know how an arrow hurts a sword, but it did. I guess it banged up against it. Ding! Ah! All right, Caelum.
I think I can get in range there. 30 feet. So
Yep.
I'm gonna charge up with my quarterstaff and I'm gonna attack.
All right, that's a hit as well. For 7.
And then Fist of Fury on a bonus action.
Jesus, look at this monk go.
No kidding.
And that is a dead flying sword, level 1. I love it.
Damn, bonus actions on level 1. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
monks are ridiculous in this game, especially later with all the craziness that they get.
Yeah, monks are
pretty redonkulous. All right, so that haunted tomb encounter went pretty fast. But it wasn't a big deal. You guys all basically got 10 XP for that, so don't get your panties in a bunch just yet.
Oh,
actually,
totally
that should be bad. Don't get whatever. I can't think of the right word. So anyway, flying sword, God, that was quick. And as you guys,
the breastplate look usable?
No, it's rusted. It's a rusted breastplate. This guy's been in for like a very long time.
Hey, who
if you
told me
wanted
there
to,
was treasure here?
if you wanted to take it, you could, I guess, but you get almost nothing for it, and you'd have to carry it around. So
That was the word around town.
I don't trust these town people much anymore.
You know how rumors are. No goblins either.
Yeah, no goblins. And what was that trap for?
Well, what's inside the sarcophagus? Anything else? Or
the
that
coffin, the skeleton, and the flying sword that was there.
So the sword is destroyed. It's no longer like.
Yeah, it
usable
was a
by-
yeah, it was his. It came alive to attack you guys.
Well, is there something right here on the space to the right?
Something where?
To the right.
No, that's an empty. That's a wall. I know it doesn't look like it. This is a map I'm just using for this. There's only 2-room place.
Okay, well, that was the opposite of fruitful?
Fruitless.
Fruitless?
Well,
Yeah.
if you guys could be a little more
We
Better
missed it.
searching around, probably.
yeah, there's
As we
something
go back out,
there's something
we,
you didn't do something to. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Be nice.
Can I look in this box here? In the chest?
Yes.
And can I look for a false bottom or something?
You could roll an investigation check.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
That's not a good check, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Hint.
I walk
Alright.
over.
Hint.
Alright,
Walk into
I try.
I could have sworn maybe there'd be a false bottom. Like, let's measure how tall this chest is and
How's that?
Are you looking in the chest as well now, Glass?
Everyone get your measuring tapes out.
Alright, so as Glass, as you look in the chest, you notice that it does seem like there's some more to the chest than where the cloth and the remains of the book were resting. Like, there's definitely some more space where there should have been something else. So you notice there is a false wooden bottom.
Right. Do I need a roll anything?
No. So as you guys work the bottom out, you get it out so you can look underneath it, and inside you notice a couple items, a braided silver, and there's 2 braided silver and electrum rings in there, and there's a gold chain and locket hidden underneath the chest.
Can I roll like Arcana on those?
Sure.
See if they're magical.
All right. They seem just like normal jewelry, old though, but just there's nothing about them wondrous.
Okay, cool. I don't sense anything magical about these things.
so how do we put those in our inventory?
I could put the whole thing in here, and you see them on the top. And parcel items under party sheet.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
So you have these on you guys. This is part of what you're carrying when it comes to treasure right now, and then we can sell them when you get back
Okay.
to someone who want to buy them. 50% is the normal sell rate, but if you guys want to do like perception checks, I can improve that, or minus it. Based on
That's
what you
really
guys
cool
get.
how that works. It's so much easier.
I know, it's awesome.
Like to keep track of all that stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. That it is. Tits.
Alright.
Sorry. This will be the only night I do that, I promise.
Alright, so nothing else in this room that we noticed of interest?
No. What you saw, there's decent. A little bit of loot. They said there was a little bit of loot, or somebody told you. I don't remember where you came across these, but what quest this was specifically.
Yeah, who
Okay.
did tell us about this place?
The owner of the bakery told me about it on the way to the swinging sword or whatever that was.
Okay.
Swinging sword.
Is that what it was called?
Yes, the swinging sword. He's right.
Was that a gay bar? I don't think I caught the name
It could
before.
have been, but Scalz playing there. I don't know. He said he had like young girls up front.
Hey,
Yeah,
girls like to
uh-huh.
hang out with in gay bars because they don't have to worry about getting people trying to pick them up all night.
That's true. I guess I wouldn't know. I've never been in a gay bar.
Great play drinks.
Okay, so I think I'm done here. Unless you guys want to check out the 2 rooms more.
No, I'm completely done here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
so you guys
nothing
heading
about
out?
the table, right?
Huh?
There was nothing about the table there, right?
In the other room? No, there's
Yeah.
just like items looked like that were like the dust showed that there's probably items there at some point, but there's nothing there anymore.
So we can come out, but they said something about goblins.
Hmm?
They said something about goblins around this place, right?
Not for this one, I don't
No.
believe. I don't think they said
Alright,
anything specific on this one.
So we head back to town.
Yeah, head back down to town.
Okay. Hold on, please. Okay. What is actually I can look it up, so I don't have to ask you guys. Gotta look up something real quick. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Where are you going?
Did you just get here or something?
Hello.
No, I got dropped.
Who's been playing the whole time?
My phone, my call got dropped for some reason.
Well,
You
it
sound
sounds
really
like
good.
really good now. The best it's
I
ever
know.
sounded.
Like, don't move.
Yeah. So we could like
Breathe.
never hear a damn word you're saying.
When do you get your computer back?
Oh, he's gone.
Now he can't hear us.
Man, just for a moment, it was awesome.
For a moment.
Hey, where's our experience again on our sheet?
On the main page, where
Yeah.
it says class and level, there's a magnifying glass.
Oh, you have to click that. Okay, I'm a derp.
Okay, so I'm just kind of doing something here real quick.
Get another encounter.
Okay, so as you guys exit the cave, we'll say this is just kind of, exiting the cave here, just a little outside of it. You guys come out, and as you walk out, you let's see, Caelum, I believe, no, Willhelm, I believe, yes. Willhelm and Regala notice, as you guys are walking out, with your passive perception, a goblin kind of hiding in the bushes, trying to hide in the bushes here.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it really badly though. He's like behind a tree kind of bush, and he's like thinks he's hiding, but like his stomach's sitting out of it. Like he's thinking he's smooth. Yeah, he thinks he's smooth, but he's obviously not. At least to you guys. The rest of you guys have no idea what's going on. So you kind of see that, and he's just kind of chilling, thinking that he's all sneaky like. But that is Willhelm and Regala who notice that. The rest of you guys don't.
Okay.
Well,
and he's not doing anything yet. So
I take out my bow.
Ooh, quickly.
And I try and shoot this guy's belly who's hanging out. And as I do it, I'm like, freeze, beer gut.
Beer gut.
Very worldly for a 3-year-old.
Okay,
this
so he's
feels like
behind.
quite many things.
Even though he is, you can see him. He is behind the tree-ish. So he has some cover for this first shot, at least, since you have to fire through the tree-ish area. So he gets a bonus to his AC.
Okay.
So click. Let's see. Let me see how the best way to do this is. Let me see what the bonuses are. That's probably what the 2s are on the bottom. Okay, so see on the bottom left?
Yeah, the -2.
Click the -2 and then make your attack roll. Because it should take 2 off, because he gets +2 to his AC. So that should kind of settle it off. Okay. And you hit him anyway. Alright. So that's probably what. So make sure you unclick that now, because I think it stays toggled.
It didn't for me.
Okay, good. Alright, well then. Nice.
Okay.
Alright, so you.
4 damage.
While thinking he's fancy, he takes 4 damage. And everybody needs to roll up, please. And it wasn't a surprise attack for him or nothing because he saw you. Alright, so everybody's up, and Willhelm, you just roll your initiative again. Okay. So everybody rolled?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, okay, so, as you guys are staring at the goblin, off to the left, because he doesn't have a ranged attack. Oh, actually, he does. Sorry. Nothing. I didn't say anything. Out of nowhere, a javelin fire is thrown. You see a javelin. We don't really see it. It's going toward Tracy here. And it's going to have advantage because you don't see him.
Right.
So it's coming at you. And that thing... Oh, I screwed up. I rolled the thing, but it does hit you. It's a 19. I can only assume that hits you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So this thing is hitting you pretty hard, I think. That actually knocks you out.
What?
12 damage.
What the frickin' hell just happened?
Tracy drops.
Oh my god.
Level 1, baby. And now that that flew from that area, you guys notice this. Who rolled a really good stealth? This giant half ogre.
Wow.
Behind this tree.
A half ogre? What the heck?
Now this is the map I got, so we'll pretend that it was a bigger area that he was hiding in. Okay. So Tracy gets dropped with a javelin stuck in her chest, and she's down.
I start hooting in panic.
You hoot in panic, all right. So the half ogre is done. He laughs as he drops. He goes, "That's what you get for going into our cave." And now it's Glass's turn.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
Glass is like, I've been with these guys for 10 minutes and somebody's dying already.
We need her. I guess I will cast, how many, magic missile, how many fly out on a magic missile? Just 1 or 2?
I think 1 at level 1.
No, there's 3.
Or is there 3 at level 1?
It's always 3.
I'm sorry. Then 1, an extra 1 for every level above it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So when I cast it, I fire 3d4.
Yeah, so you can just drag.
Well,
you
can decide which ones they go to. So
well, you can't. Yeah, you can decide who they go to. You can tell me because you can't right click, but I could do it where all 3 could go on one guy and it'll take his thing down. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast magic missile on 1 on him.
Oh, so you do it. Okay, you can do it that way too. That's fine. On the half ogre. Okay.
And then I will do another one on this one over here. I'm just moving things around.
The goblin.
Yeah.
All right, and the goblin takes some damage, but he's still up. But it's cool. It automatically turns the red dots. Do you see the red and green dots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, that's sweet too. It all does that automatically.
All right. And then for my thing, I run up to her, and I'm like,
and I can't do anything because that's my action. But I run up to her and kneel down and look at her.
Oh,
And
he's just looking at you as you're
well, I can't
gasping
like
for
pull
breath
the,
with a javelin stuck in you.
I pull the javelin out.
I'm assuming nobody took medicine, right? Because nobody likes taking medicine.
I had medicine last game, but
Yeah, it wasn't really needed, but
yeah, because
you need it now. All right,
whatever.
Goblin's up. So the Goblin is going to fire his short bow at the closest guy to him, which is Caelum, and he is going to attack and badly miss. So he is going to he's going to use his nimble escape ability to attempt to hide as a bonus action. So he's going to like run back into these bushes, these trees here, and he's going to attempt to do another check to kind of get out of you guys' view.
Scalz, which battle is this? Battle Map 05 or?
I have no idea.
Okay, there it is.
So he kind of rolls in, and he kind of hides himself into this foliage here, actually, and all of you guys are actually. He kind of hides himself good enough this time where you guys really can't make him out where he's at. You assume he's in there, but you can't make him out specifically.
Oh, and did you roll my magic thing?
No, I didn't. I just keep forgetting that. It won't count this time anyway. 13. All right. You have to remind me. I'm not going to remember.
I will. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So Willhelm, you're up. I'll try to remember, but most of the time. Let's be honest.
All right. Well, I fly over. Well, upward first, and then like pretty much over Tracy's dead body.
So that's 25.
Not dead body, unconscious. And then I do an attack on the ogre. Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is.
And that flies past the ogre. And into the woods beyond.
Well, I'm gonna do my action surge right now.
Okay.
Because things are hitting the fan very quickly all of a sudden.
That means do another attack, right?
Yeah, so I just get one more.
Okay.
Again at the half ogre.
Alright, and that hits.
Nice. Alright.
And that does 5 damage to him. Nice. And you're done, I assume?
Yeah.
Is it ticking down your ammo?
Yes it is.
Nice. So how many arrows have you fired so far?
I fired a total of 5.
Nice. Okay. So you have to remember to restock.
Yep.
Or find them. If you fight guys with arrows, you can find some on the bodies, and that kind of stuff. But other than that, when you get back to town, you're going to have to remember to buy some. Because if you run out, you're SOL. Alright, Regala.
Alright, it's hard for me to do the move thing because that move corner. Oh, there we go. It's kind of in a way.
Is that where you want to go?
Yep, that's where I want to go.
Okay.
And then I can't remember if I was able to move this over Tracy. No, that doesn't really work, does it? I'm gonna do cure wounds. Oh,
it did work.
It did do 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's down to 8 of 12, so she's back up, or right? She just goes right back up.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, if you get healed.
All right.
Awesome, thank you. It's like deja vu. It's like we've done this before.
Last time you actually died last night.
Yeah, I know.
That was the first time we've ever had that happen, I'm pretty sure. Okay. No, there was one time I had to do with Havar.
What happened?
Alright.
Are you clicking my spell slots?
I am. I'm seeing the best way to keep track of it. to remember.
Just the way he said that.
I'm
it's like
I'm
you're.
clicking your spell slots.
Are you
Well, I was
clicking
just
my
about to
spell
do it.
slots?
It's just like
That's fine. I just was curious. I'm just looking at it because I didn't really think of how to keep track of it that well. I think the combat one would be the best one because then you can actually check mark. Is it the other one just kind of tell you the amount of spell slots you have?
yeah.
And but that you can't, like knocking that down would suck because then you have to always remember how many you're supposed to have. So probably the combat one would be good. Okay, Caelum. Yep.
Is this a pond? What am I looking at in the center?
Yeah, that's like a little pond. So that's water. That'd be. It's not. We'll say it's not too deep, but it's in the middle. It's a deeper. On the edges, it'd probably be difficult terrain.
And this is like a rock right here.
Yeah.
Is that something? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a rock. Yeah, and there's a little tree branch. This is just kind of a random map, but yeah, we'll just say those are in there.
All right, I can get to about here, and I'm gonna fire my shurikens at the
Okay.
ogre. Half ogre.
All right, that hits.
Okay, good. And bam.
All right. 7 damage. Nice.
And I don't think the bonus action triggers on a ranged attack. It has to be an armed strike or a monk weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's it. I think that's as far as I can get.
All right. So Tracy, you're up now.
Okay. Well, I am going to.
So say I'm just gonna real quick. Sorry. Because that goblin re-hid, like you can't see him right now, right? Because unless you do a specific action to do a perception, like if a guy re-hides like that, or you could fire an arrow or something into his general location and it'd be with disadvantage, and you could still hit him. Now, I know you're not firing an arrow. I'm just saying this in general for like future reference if that happens.
Right.
Because it's passive perception unless you specifically try to find him again. That's all I'm saying. But you could still attack the area.
No, I think I'll go to here.
Okay.
And throw a javelin at the ogre dude.
Okay. And that definitely hits. For 5 more.
You can do lay on hands on yourself for 5 points if you needed to.
Yeah, I know, but that's an action, right?
That's a bonus action, I think.
Oh, okay. Then you have to do it in increments of 5, is that correct?
Oh.
You can throw all of them at once.
Paladin level times 5, so you only have 5 right now.
Right.
Yeah, you could do 3 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah, so...
Well, see, in the thing it says as an action, you can touch a creature and draw power. That's why I didn't do it, because it says as an action.
Oh, were you wrong about that the whole last game then?
No, I always had it as bonus.
Were you wrong
it's
about...
on page 84, and it says as an action, you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool to restore a number of hit points to that creature up to the maximum amount remaining in your pool.
Let me check it.
I'm reading it. She's right.
That's why I chose not to heal.
Tits is onto something.
Right, so that's why I didn't do that.
The whole last adventure is null and void. Lay on hands is bonus actions and concentration spells on top of concentration spells. Forget about it.
Yeah, it's an action.
I'm sure that's the only thing we screwed up last game.
Right.
Oh, I screwed up a million. I screwed up a lot too, so I'm just messing around. It's actually good. Like this thing's obviously going to be more like in tune with how it's supposed to be. So it's kind of cool.
Well,
I'm glad.
Up in the book, so.
I'm glad we did that. Well, just in general, like all the stuff I kind of want to do here with like the movement and all that. And the last one was kind of learning. I know. All right. You done, Trace?
I am done.
All right, half ogre is up, and you just threw a javelin at him. He's not happy about it. Let's see. He's an idiot though. He is very dumb. So let's see. Let's roll a.
Oh wait, so I only have 4 health right now.
Yes.
I thought I had 8 health.
Nope.
That's
And then I'm
confusing.
looking, why do I have a little orange dot on me? And then I realized that's 8 wounds.
We're gonna keep doing that. Aren't we?
Yeah, I might have done. I might have healed myself, had I. I
Oops.
gotta get that squared away in my head.
All right. I know there's a way I could right-click these and roll a custom die. There we go. D2. I'm rolling a D2. Tracy's 1, Caelum's 2. Tracy, sorry. Even though he only had a javelin.
Oh, I'm definitely not supposed to have those 2 wounds either. We took a long rest after that bar fight.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Good call.
That's true.
Nobody else took wounds in that bar fight, right? You
No.
I didn't see you with wounds on my party combat tracker.
It just got removed.
I took it off.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
I had it a second ago though.
Okay, so
forgot
5.
it.
So this guy go 5, 10, 20, 25 to here. And he is going to battle axe Tracy in the face.
Wow, not the face.
Yeah, specifically the face, because I know how much
What?
you won't like that.
That's like the only important part about it.
But he misses. Tracy's face dodges out of the way. Just her face. And that is it for him. He's like frothing at the mouth. He's get out of my cave. He's still pissed off that you guys went in there. Obviously, when you knocked all that loud noise over, these guys heard you. They were around. That's why I asked Regala what he did his search, if he was looking around the area or just the door, because if you would have looked around, you would have saw their camp. Of course, you would have known that, but that's why. So when that noise happened, these guys came and hid, waiting for you guys to come out. Glass, what are you doing?
Did it? I hit the dude for.
Ooh, you firebolted him. Nice. The half ogre.
And then kind of slide over here.
All right.
Is that an automatic hit or something?
Firebolt is something.
I thought I attacked him. I'm sorry. I moved the dice over.
It's a ranged attack, so you have to try to hit him first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So how much damage did it do? 8? We'll keep it if you hit him. If not, we have to take it off. So if you click the little thing next to your firebolt, the little then you can do the attack range +4 and roll that first. So roll that.
All right.
Or you can just double click it or whatever. So 17. All right, so that would have hit the ogre anyway.
Okay.
So that's all good.
What happens if I hit like the cast button above it? Would it like add everything, damage and all that stuff in?
If you click the cast button, let's see.
Let's just try it.
Cast firebolt, attack firebolt. The cast would have done the attack roll, and the damage would have done the damage. You still have to do the damage roll then.
Alright.
And you can drag the cast button on top of the. It just would say cast firebolt, I guess, is the difference. Instead of saying just attack firebolt, it really doesn't make that much of a difference.
Okay.
Alright, so out of the trees to the north, an arrow flies out toward the Aarakocra, because he's the closest one to this guy. And this is with advantage, because you don't see him.
I'm like 10 feet in the air, by the way.
Alright, well, he's got the range.
I don't know if it's gonna affect me if I get hit or something crazy.
Let's see what happens. So he rolls a 14. I just screwed up and didn't roll it on you. So
I believe that hits.
That hits you. Okay. So you take. I'll roll this on you. You take 7 damage.
Go.
Right to the left wing.
My wing.
So you're kind of like, you just kind of fly around a little crazy for a second, and now you're up as you recover from the shot, the arrow.
Well, I quickly turn around to the goblin.
Now you see where he's at, yeah, because he fired at you.
And I'm just like, sir, excuse you.
You know, he's still in cover a little bit, so do a -2 to your roll.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Here we go. All right.
And that definitely hits.
Nice.
Boom.
And he is dropped.
Boom.
Boom.
Death.
Goblin down. Alright. You gonna move or stay there?
I land on the ground, and then I go back like 10 feet.
Okay. Alright, Regala.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Frostbite. And then I'm gonna put the can I move the save thing over his character to see if he makes it?
Last time you did it, it actually auto-saved it.
Let's
Half Ogre save, con versus DC 12 success. So he rolled a 16 on his save, plus his 2 for his Constitution. Make sure that's correct on here. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, it'll auto roll the saves, so I don't actually have to go roll the saves.
But it doesn't really show us.
Yeah, we don't
you don't
see
see
the
it?
saves.
Okay, yeah. He saved. You just have to trust me. Alright.
Okay.
I won't lie. Caelum, unless you want to move, sorry.
No.
Okay, Caelum, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can flank him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get to that next spot right here. Yeah.
Like that.
That's fine. That's good enough.
All right, and I'm gonna attack him with my quarterstaff.
All right, so click advantage on the bottom before you attack.
Oops. All right, hold on, let me drop that. That didn't roll, did it? Okay.
No, and then it should roll with advantage. All right, so that's a hit.
Cool. And damage.
And he is dying. He drops. Half ogre down.
Nice.
Good job.
Oof. First death already. I love it.
Unconscious.
This is getting good.
I immediately go back. I'm like, Mud, you all right?
Mud. Don't care about the pretty lady who just got a javelin to the chest.
I've known Mud since I was born.
Alright, so encounter-wise, XP, you guys get quite a bit, 70 XP each.
Ooh,
so you're at 110 out of 300.
Nice.
And these guys, they're not going to have anything on them worth selling, but let's see what kind of encounter this was. It was a CR2.
So now that we're out of combat and while you're figuring all that, can I do my lay on hands now?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also going to do second wind.
Alright, so 46 silver pieces came up. So you guys as a party get 23 silver pieces as you go over as a reward, go over the bodies or whatever. So I can add that in, 23 silver pieces, and then I could divide that amongst the party. So there's 3 silver pieces left that haven't been divided, and that should all go in your inventory.
Pretty cool.
And there we go. So you guys are only 190 away.
Nice.
From a level. You've got 110 so far, but these are all little fights. Really only done one quest.
I get 4.
Sorry, I unlock everybody's. You can move around. Not that you really don't have to move around here, to be honest with you.
I already bounced out the map. I rush up to Tracy. I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Okay.
After I make sure Mud's alright, I'm like, you alright too?
I'm fine, thanks for your concern.
So being that you're an angel and you just died, what did you see? That's what I would want to know.
That's true. We need to know now.
I just see home.
Oh, okay. Nice. Is it pretty?
It's beautiful.
Awesome. Alright, so you guys are at the Haunted Tomb. I assume you want to head. Well, we're probably going to end it here, but if you want to just end it here, we can end it here then. It's already, 11:15?
Yeah.
So you guys, we want to pick up here next time, or I guess we'll just pick up here next time because on your way back, I'm going to have to be out to roll some random encounters, so it'll be easier just to do that next time.
Okay.
That's cool.
Sounds great.
2, 4, 6. Yeah.
We're
And
gonna
you
have
guys,
to buy some healing kits.
Yeah,
We're
for
gonna have to
sure.
buy some potions and
yeah, the Sundries place will, I'm sure, have some regular potions
Yeah, we
for
need
sale.
to stock up on that.
Actually, I have to
stuff.
see
I
if
Those would
think
be
there's.
that's
pretty
a great
expensive.
idea.
They are a bit expensive.
But the healing kits, at least we prevent people from out and out dying.
Do they even
thought
have?
you
They
were
have
gonna
healing
do-
kits? Is that that's to like just to help with like the check? That just brings them up so they don't have to do their death saves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stabilize.
yeah, it just stabilizes
Stabilizes them.
them.
Okay.
Yes, stabilize. So it's still a pain in the butt, but
That would be under what? Probably adventuring gear. Curious how
sounds
much
good.
they cost.
I think they're. I want to say they're 5 gold.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
The potion of healing is 50. So, but you guys could always try to, talk them down or buy in bulk maybe.
It's like Costco deal.
Yeah. I buy, you guys could come up with something. Come up with a good way to make them cheaper and then roll. As long as you got a decent idea, that's what matters.
Healer's kit is only 5, right? Yeah,
I don't see it in in here. I'm sure there is one, but
equipment.
is it under like equipment standard or?
I just saw it.
It might be under like kit or something.
I think I just.
I'm looking under healing. I don't see it.
I hit it in adventuring gear, and then I typed in kit searching, and it came up. There
Oh, okay.
Kit.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
5 gold.
All right.
This is
5
3
gold.
pounds.
5 gold, 3 pounds. Bandages, salves, and splints. It has
And each
10
one
uses.
Has 10 uses, right?
Oh, there you go.
So
So 10 uses for 5 gold. That's not that bad. It's an action to stabilize a creature at 0 hit points without needing to make a medicine check. So it's an automatic stable.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a good thing to have.
Yeah, at low level especially.
Because who's gonna have any kind of healing spells among us? Anybody?
The Druid does.
You and the Druid. You're gonna have to be our main healer though.
Oh, the Druid gets some decent heals, doesn't he? Or does he just get basic ones over time?
Pretty
Well,
sure.
it's like the cleric where you get the cure wounds, but you can bump it up every spell slot or whatever.
Right. I mean, do they get like decent? Like, do they keep getting good, decent, like better healing spells, kind of like a cleric does, or does it kind of tail off more? I'm not sure
because I only got up to 4th level with her.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Actually, go into like library and look into their spells. I'll take a look. I'm curious. There's.
Yeah, they do get like heal, the 6th level spell, mass cure wounds.
Feels really good, but.
Mass Cure Wounds, that would be good.
Yeah, Mass Cure Wounds is really good too. That's like 3d8 plus whatever.
And they get all the the lesser restorations and all that stuff too. They just get some of the cool extra little things, like the nature spells, which are pretty cool. And they get Confusion, so that's there you go.
Confusion.
They do at level 4. They get Confusion, level 4 spell. They get Stone Skin too, which gives everybody resistance to all types of damage that's not magical, like slashing, and it's basically like the rage for a barbarian, but it's a spell. It could be useful. Mass Cure Wounds, there you go. And heal. Those are getting up there. And you can shape change, can't you, or is that later?
Level 2.
Level 2. Okay.
So.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that was an interesting system. It's making some things are easier. Some things it's a little.
Yeah, how do you move the guy around? Because I haven't quite figured that out. Like I could draw it, but what do you do to make it like move?
I make a move.
Also,
yeah,
I
once you draw it,
I could turn that off, but because I want to use the proper movement without having to figure it out all the time, it's just easier, I think.
Oh, okay, so I just draw it, and then
he'll accept it.
You draw the line, and then I right-click your guy, and I just click go, and he just goes. But the way the diagonals work, we weren't doing it right last time, so you guys were able to move a lot farther than you should have. And so are the enemies too, though, because I didn't do it either. So it's both ways, but it makes it more like if you go 2 diagonals in a row, it takes like 10 movement for every space you go instead of 5. So it tries to balance out because if you go diagonal across the map, it's quicker than to go up and then over and then up and then over. You know, so it tries to balance that out. The real rules do. So this does it in that way with the arrows.
I think the whole thing will be. I don't think there'll be any really clunky thing about it once we learn it all.
Yeah, we're just figuring it out right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet so far.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time.
What do you feel?
Yeah, I
how do
mean
you
the stuff where it just
feel
gets
about
separates the
Paladin?
gold is amazing.
Yeah, the XP and the gold. I mean, I really like being able to do gold, to do XP for the fights instead of just saying, "All right, you guys level up now." And it's nice to do that, so you don't have to write it all down. But the fact that it does it for you is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it divide it out like according to what you do? Like if someone's like asleep for the entire fight, is it like they don't get anything or?
No, D&D's not. It's not like that in this one. It's kind of like encounter based. Like if you're in the encounter, you'll split the XP. You can't kill steal like the older ones. It'd be like you would get individual XP for things you did, and yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's just
XP
and
for
there's
things
even
for
ways to like
fights?
if there's an encounter that you guys get past that you don't fight, say you figure out a way around it and you don't actually fight the encounter, you can still get XP for it.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Because it's it depends on how you do it. I mean, I would judge that, but I'm pretty sure how you should do it anyway. Like if there's a fight you have to fight, but you can get around it and beat it in a different way, you still got past the encounter technically.
Yeah.
You know, like if you all turn invisible and stuff past.
Yeah.
All right, cool.